that there's a little bit of a, see that right there because of the light?
Oh, that's better.
You got this
Oh,
whole
hi,
dark
guys.
spot right there.
Yeah, but hello.
Hello, everybody.
We're talking about the light that we have set up behind the laptop, and it's creating a shadow. So I'm going to move it. We don't have our HD quality this time, but bear with us.
We are on the road, in the hotel, making do, signed into all kinds of crazy stuff.
I'm going to bring it closer. I'm going to turn it down and bring it closer.
Can you put it right here?
Yes. But let me,
This might get really bright for a second. Bear with us. Can you hear us okay? Yeah, that's a little bit better. That's a little bit better.
That's as high as it goes.
That's perfect.
Is it?
As soon as you get in here, we should be fine. Just don't knock over the equipment. It happens. It happens. Can you see us okay? I'm going to close this poll.
That is me.
Where are you at? Back this up just a little bit. Welcome, everybody. It's been a while since we've done a live. Tammy Wilson, welcome to the Ghost Club. Anybody who's part of the Ghost Club, thank you, thank you, thank you. We're going to go more into that and talk about it more, but we're glad you guys are all here, especially Ghost Club members. We are on the road. We've been on the road for a couple weeks now. Currently, we are in Seattle. It's our first time in Seattle. We've been here for about a week.
Not a raindrop inside.
It hasn't rained once.
It's been kind of hot, actually. Go figure.
Let everybody come in here. Christy, Corey, April, Jason, Steve, Sid Vicious, Mark, Lily Gardner, Brittany, Justin, Mary B, Laurent. Hey guys, can't wait to watch with you, Ghostbusters. Hope you're
doing fine. Just fighting the jet lag with my both cats. Best of love. We love you. We miss you guys so much.
I saw your post that you've been reunited with your cats, so I'm glad you guys made it home.
And I hope your cat feels better. I saw there was something wrong with her leg, I think. She missed you so much. She probably was jumping around to entertain herself and fell off the bed.
So we have some news. We got some good news. We got some strange news and some announcements. And then tonight we are going to be watching Ghostbusters. This is a last minute kind of thing.
Thank you, Josh.
Thank you, Josh. Like I said, we are in Seattle. We've been here for probably about a week. And we are heading back.
Thank you, Daddy.
The day after the 30th. Is that the 31st? Is there 31 days in this month? I can't remember. Thank you, Chuck Daddy. Chuck Daddy.
A little better.
We're going to be heading down. We're going to be at, we're not going to be guests, but we are going to be at Monsterpalooza this year. Just kind of walking around filming. Jessica on Friday, if you're going to Monsterpalooza on Friday, this one here is supposed to be getting all made up into some sort of weird, creepy. I'm not even going to tell you what it is.
They do a lot of makeup demonstrations there where they create full characters. And I'm going to be sitting for a friend of ours who's very talented. He works on a lot of movies. And he's going to be covering me in some prosthetics.
Hello, Donna, at 4 a.m. in the UK.
I'm just so excited for it because it's an addicting thing to do. Being like, please, glue things to my face. It doesn't hurt. It's cool to see yourself transformed. Thank you. I'm using a new dye, so it's a little bit of a different color than you guys are used to, but the color stays longer and it still glows. So,
are you ready for it?
Oh yeah.
It's been a while. Welcome everybody to another night of Grimm All Night. Basically, if you're old enough to remember USA Up All Night, hosted by Gilbert Gottfried or Rhonda Shear, kind of like that. We used to play really bad movies that nobody's ever heard of, but then we found like this thing called Tubi. We are not sponsored by Tubi in any way, shape, or form. It's just the easiest way to get a free movie link so you guys can watch it. We can all hang out. We can chit chat and have a watch party. With that being said, 469 people in here tonight. Who here? Is this their very first Grimm Up All Night watch party? We have some rules. Grimm Up All Night watch party virgins. Who are you? Where are you? Type yes.
I've been eating crackers, so I feel like I have crackers in my teeth. So that's why I'm like.
Iron Beagle. Classics forever. Okay, there's a
Thank you,
lot of
Mother.
yeses.
Hi,
Okay,
sweetie.
we've been doing this for quite some time. And
Look,
usually
go.
we do this whenever we're at home in Hollywood, and our camera's a lot crisper. So bear with us here for all of you newbies, all you virgins. This is how tonight is going to work. There is a free movie link for the movie Ghostbusters, which came out in 1984. It is pinned to the top of the chat,
That's two.
as well as it's in the description of the video that you're watching right now. Click on that link and press pause. Don't watch it just yet. It is free. Depending on where you are in the world, you might not be able to watch it, but more than likely, you probably own it. So put it in, cue it up, hit play. With that being said, in order for tonight's watch party to work perfectly, you need two devices. One to watch us, hello, and one to watch the movie. You can choose not to watch us and just watch the movie, or you can say, screw the movie. I've seen it 1,000 times. I love Ghostbusters, but tonight I want to watch the crazy antics of the Grim Life Collective. Either way, you need two devices, two phones, two TVs, two laptops, two iPads, a phone, a TV, a phone, and an iPad. You get the drift. Or two browsers open on the same device. Get it? Get it? Any questions? Two monitors, two devices, two ways, or you can just watch us. We're not going to be playing the movie right here in the corner. You're not going to see us in the corner. This is a hangout as well as a free movie. It is free, pinned to the top of the chat, as well as in the description below. It's that simple.
Yes. And if you don't see it pinned in your chat, you might have to scroll up to find it, but it's going to be highlighted in blue.
Highlighted in blue. Well, as far as we know, it's highlighted in blue, but it might be something different.
No, because that's why I join on my tablet, so I can see what you guys are seeing and direct you better.
So right now it is 8:07. So in about 13 minutes? Is that right? 18 minutes.
Thank you, Joey.
18 minutes. We're gonna watch it at 8:30 our time. 8:30. Thank you, Joey. Now, I'm bad at math. I don't even make an attempt to try to learn math. What's that?
Michael's shirt is by a company called
Lucky Hellcat.
Lucky Hellcat. She's on Instagram. She has a website. She's a sweetheart. All of her designs kick ass. You'll love her. Most of our t-shirts actually that
Neo,
you wear
thank you.
Is from her.
Ghostbusters theme song playing right now. Woohoo. All right. Now, I hate talking about this. Those of you who have been with us since the very beginning, I absolutely hate talking about this, but I'm going to talk about it because I've been getting tons of emails and tons of messages on social media.
We're in Seattle.
Nova Scotia.
Hold on. So all of our videos are always free on YouTube.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
But in the description, for some reason, people don't understand that in every video, there's a little arrow that you click it and it shows a whole drop-down menu of a whole bunch of crazy fun things that you might get to explore. In every video, in the description, there are links that you can help out the Grim Life Collective in any way, shape, or form. You don't have to. Always take care of yourself first and your family. But if you want to whatever, there is an official store, grimlifecollective.com. It is closed right now because we are traveling. There is Patreon. There is Super Chat, like some of these folks. Paul Thompson, thank you. And Spittin' Bullets 97, thank you for becoming a member of the Ghost Club. Our official store. You can become a member of the Ghost Club, which gets you this cute little ghost as well as early access to all of our videos. Everything's there. Our social media, anytime we make an announcement like tonight, it's all there. I hate talking about this. And to prove that I hate talking about this, how many times have you watched our videos and you saw either one of us say,
hit the bell.
Hit the bell. If you want to see more videos like this, subscribe. We don't do that.
I look like I have Roger Rabbit lips.
No, you don't.
No, when they fly around and it smacks them on the face.
Sarah Davies, thank you.
Thank you, Sarah.
So if you want to help out, there are ways to do it, but don't feel like you have to. We're just happy that you are here. That's all we care about. And Ghost Club members, you can tell because they got this cool little ghost thing. It kind of looks like a white Pac-Man ghost. Thank you. Again, in the description. Tonight, we are watching Ghostbusters. 1984. It's gonna be awesome.
See,
Right.
McCain gets it. In Roger Rabbit, where those lips fly through the air and they smack him on the face, they look just like that. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Totally do. Alice, if you see me at the convention, definitely say hi. I might not be able to see you because I know they're putting contacts in me and stuff like that, but yeah, I should be able to at least say hello to my friends.
Laurent!
Laurent!
Well, thank you, dear sir.
I think you need
Evil Dead Rise, I finally watched it, and Mother.
Good choices.
Yes,
good choices.
it was good. It was good.
Nick,
Thank you, Neil.
I didn't
And thank you,
catch
Laurent.
your whole screen. I might kind of shot by real fast. Nick, we do have a PO box. It's listed in all of our videos in that little drop down menu that gives you information about the videos and like our links and all that. Our PO box is in there, and you can absolutely send us a Ouija board.
Wait! Is this the band that has a record that's the record also is a Ouija board?
Oh, I don't know.
Is that what this is?
Cool. Hi, Canada.
Who mentioned it?
Nick, I didn't catch the full name. I just saw Nick.
So somebody reached out to me recently. Like I said, we've been on the road, and it's impossible for us to reach out and respond to emails. Oh, the Stooges member for 1 month.
Hey, that's cool. This is new to us. We haven't seen things like this yet.
Welcome, Elvis Stooges.
Cool, man.
Somebody reached out to us. We're on the road, and it's almost impossible for me to get back to everybody while we're driving because if we're driving, I'm tired, I'm sleeping, I'm editing, I'm uploading, filming, and
we
this and that.
We get flooded by messages, like a lot.
But somebody reached out. They have a goth band that they want to send us their record that also it opens up, like the sleeve opens up, and it's a Ouija board. And they reached out to the Spirit Board, the Talking Board Society in Salem, and they're going to send it to them.
Theirs is from the 1950s.
Heckins, yeah.
That'd be wonderful.
Either way, we'd love it.
I really appreciate it. Yeah. I don't know when we're going to be driving by Tacoma, Dan. Joey says, "I like the T-shirt, Michael. Always good to see you too. Thank you so much, sweetheart."
So,
All right, happy Memorial Day.
That's tomorrow.
I know, but it counts because we're not going to be live tomorrow.
Fair enough. So I have a bit of a confession to make. Confession time. Confession time with Michael. Not telling you his sins because, yeah, you know what I mean. We've been in Seattle for about a week. We've been traveling. We recently put out a video called Stand By Me, the filming locations, right? Mm-hmm. It took us about a week to film that.
Thank you, Christy.
The Scream House tour that we put out. Thank you, Christy. That didn't take a week, but it was almost all night long. We were so tired by the time that we did that video.
Shannon, sorry.
Thank you, Shannon. Thank you, Christy. So sad you're not in Hollywood.
She's in LA right now.
I'm sorry, Shannon.
We're always missing each other.
Well, actually, we heard Shannon was coming to LA, so we decided to leave.
We're like, bye.
I'm just kidding. I'm so kidding.
Cat and mouse chase continues.
So today we didn't do anything. We didn't film at all. Because since we left LA to come up here to the Pacific Northwest, we've been doing videos that have been taking a week to film. I know if you're familiar with our videos, we do not do daily vlogs. We don't half-assed by throwing a camera around saying, look at this. All right, let's move on to something else. We really take our time.
Nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with it.
No.
We really try to make something that lasts, something that you're going to enjoy, that you're going to think about time and time again.
How do you say? Is that our format?
Right.
Yeah.
So
thank you, Torchwood.
We have every video that we have been filming this past couple weeks have taken a minimum of 3 days to film, some 5 days. Mm-hmm. Like we have a filming location video that took 5 days to film, nothing but this from sun up to sundown. Yeah. And I haven't even started editing it yet. Yeah.
I had to rest a lot after that.
Torchwood Gal, thank you. So bear with us, please. I feel bad because I want to put out more content, but at the same time, I want to put out something that we're proud of, if that makes sense.
You know what? I'm going to call it Mary because you mentioned it. And you know what? We totally advertised that we were bringing a whole bunch of glitter with us for something. And can I just say that we chickened out?
We had a little bit of glitter.
We had a little bit of glitter that I thought would work better as like a spray. One of
Chuck Daddy, thank you.
And it didn't really. Thank you, Chuck. And because we film out of order, we couldn't just like douse ourselves in glitter all day, and then it would get in the car, and it's like, you know what? That was a bad idea. So we shelved the glitter.
So I think the last time that we were on here, the last time we did a live, we let everybody know that we were going to be doing a Twilight film and location video. And we did. It took us 5 days to film this Twilight film and location video.
Shoot,
and,
Nelson. Thanks, Chuck.
And whether you like the movie or not, the locations to this movie are absolutely gorgeous. They're breathtaking.
Yeah.
We were able to get into places that nobody really has seen before. We were able to do a video on the Twilight movie exactly like we did with Stand By Me, where it was almost like shot for shot, strange things to... I'm surprised. All right, let me say this. We were filming the Twilight movie.
Yeah.
And we couldn't get into some places. So we filmed, hey, we can't get into this. And then the very next day, it was like, oh, yeah, come on in. We love you. Come in. So a lot of magic happened for the Twilight video, and you guys are going to lose your mind. Whether you like the movie or not, you're going to lose your damn mind. I'm just going to say that.
It hurts every time you say Twilight.
You know,
it's one of those movies that you loved it or you hated it. And I think a lot of people, thank you, Joey, didn't take to it. You kind of had to be almost the right age or have the right obsession the time that it came
Good night,
out.
misbehaving.
Thank you, Roxanne. Hi, sweetheart. A lot of people didn't take to it, and that's totally cool because there's so many movies that people are like diehard fans of, and I'm like,
But like at the same exact, so we, of course, in order to prep ourselves, we watched the movie, and then before we filmed everything, we watched the scenes, and a lot of it was very comical. Like the entire trip, we kept telling each other, just Google it, just Google it. If we had a question, just Google it.
just Google it.
You guys are gonna love it. You guys are gonna love it.
What's your favorite scary movie, Michael? Chuck Daddy wants to know.
Hey,
My
you
favorite
guys can see
scary
my
movie.
nose almost with this light. Wow.
Chuck Daddy, oh man, it all depends on what mood I'm in. It really does.
Thank you, Terry, sweetheart.
But
Bella's
going with
song
that,
was a masterpiece, too. I do agree. I love the cinematography from that movie, but sorry.
Bella's song is such a masterpiece. Are you ready for this, Neo Fighter? Bella's song.
You imprinted on my daughter? Thank you, Barbara, dear.
Thank you, Barbara. We went to Carver's Cafe, the place where Bella and her dad go to eat.
Hi, Australia.
And they had a few different Twilight things in there, but they also had on the menu Bella's burger, because in the movie she's a vegetarian, so they had an Impossible burger, which is what I got. But yeah, I'm not going to say much about it because I want you guys to just kind of watch it. We are both really excited about sitting down and editing it.
All I have to say is that even if you don't like that movie,
Watch it.
you might enjoy our video
Yeah.
of that movie because the filming locations all took place out here in the wooded areas of Oregon, and I've never encountered a place that felt so magical as with these trees and this place. And I'm from the country. I grew up in the woods. I grew up running barefoot in streams and creeks and catching frogs and all that stuff. And both of us, thank you, Jennifer, we both have traveled
Thank you, Jennifer.
nearly the entirety of the United States through a lot of wooded areas, through a lot of forests and everything. And every time you think you've seen something so beautiful, you go through the next
Martinez.
one.
Hello,
And
Grace.
I think Oregon, the woodlands of Oregon has, I think, reached the top for us as like the most magical out of all of them that we've got to go to so far.
576 people in the chat room tonight. Is anybody here from Seattle or Tacoma?
Sorry. Hi, Brazil.
Like, honest question. Anybody here from Seattle or Tacoma? I'm going to give you guys a little... we have a video coming out tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. And we spent the past 3 days filming a video in the Seattle-Tacoma area. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to tell you what it is. But... so I'm going to tell you what it is, and I'm going to tell you a little bit something about it.
We will definitely be coming back really quick. Go ahead. Thank you, Joey.
The video coming out tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. is on Ted Bundy. But it's not a video you think. Meaning, we don't go to places and go, this is where this happened. This is where this murder happened. This is where this murder happened. This is where this murder happened. We have a video coming out tomorrow at 9 a.m. that has to deal with Ted Bundy and his time here in Seattle. All right. And I say that because when you watch this video, we put forth the idea that a very, very important landmark here in Seattle has a connection to Ted Bundy that nobody talks about. And if you're from Seattle, you're going to be like, oh my God, I never thought about that. And when you watch this video, you're going to go, holy shit, pardon my French, holy shit, this makes sense. So nobody's ever done a video like this. And I have a feeling we're going to catch some heat for it.
Chuck Daddy says, do you feel there is anywhere more haunted than Savannah?
Places that we've been to personally, I'm going to say no. Savannah is the top of the list
I had to think on it for a second. I don't think so, no. Love you guys. Just curious, are there any accessible Eraserhead filming locations? Eternal Moments asks. I haven't looked into that one. I'll have to check if there is any accessible Eraserhead filming locations.
Pretty much. All right, so...
Not yet, Hot Nerd. Is it out?
Eternal, we do. I am planning an Eraserhead filming location video. There are some places that I want to get into for the video that I haven't been able to get access yet. I'm waiting on permission for that, and then you'll get it.
Panda, I'm from St. Louis, Missouri, so I've been to Illinois a lot. And I've drug him through there for a while. No, we don't have the Killer Clown game yet. I'm guessing you're asking if we pre-ordered it, because I didn't know it was out yet.
I don't know if there's a pre-order yet or a beta. We are friends with the people that are behind it. So I already told them that if they are looking for testers or beta people to let us know, because we'll play it. But here's the thing. I don't want to play it on the PC. A lot of times those beta testing happens on PC. We're straight up PS5. So
and Switch. We have a Switch too, but our PC.
Brittany, it's PS5 Lucky Hellcat.
Has way better graphics. Thank you, Christopher. Thank you, sweetheart. Dun, 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 dun,
oh, so
dun, 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 dun,
we have
dun,
2 more videos to film. One here in Seattle, which is tomorrow. One in Tacoma, and then we have to beeline it straight to LA.
Out in the West Texas town of El Paso, I fell in love with a Mexican girl.
I don't know if it is Roxanne or not.
I missed it. I think it's coming out on everything, honestly.
Well, my understanding, I got some inside scoop of it, and
it comes out on everything.
I just know that they are going the extra mile to make it 1,000 times better. Because I think it was supposed to come out the spring or the summer of this year, but I think it got pushed back.
Oh, that's cool. So does he know if it's coming out at least?
What's that?
Roxanne's husband works for Sony in San Diego.
Dan the Breaking News Man and a bunch of other people, we've been getting a ton of messages about if we're going to do any kind of meetups while we're in town. We're only in town for a couple days, and then we have to head back for Monster Palooza. We have a thing that we got to do there. Some people thought we were coming up for Seattle's Crypticon convention, which we weren't able to make that.
We weren't here by then.
Our schedule was just a little behind on that. So at some point we'll come back up. We typically don't meet up with people while we're in town, because most of the time we're filming and usually we're pretty tired, or we're doing a lot of research and getting things ready.
Tight schedule.
So usually the only time that you'll ever see us, unless you run into us by accident.
Honestly.
And I want to say it by accident. Sometimes people will see us and they'll come up and we'll just hang out for an hour or so. But always keep an eye out for any kind of meetups or any kind of conventions that we do.
Primarily conventions. We prefer to meet everyone up at
Hello, Lincoln, Nebraska, Sean Fleming.
It's just we're able, weather controlled, sort of things, and air conditioned, which is usually good. And,
It'll happen, Dan, the breaking news man.
yeah.
It just wasn't going to happen this time. We have too much time constraint. Like today, we were going to go out and film something today, and then we woke up and we're just like, man, we need a day. We need a day of resting. And I'm going to say this right now, Seattle, we love you, but fix your damn roads. There are too many bumps and potholes all over the place. It was giving me, both Jessica and me, anxiety.
That's crazy, Roxanne. They're very detailed. A lot of, I mean, it's beautiful what game developers do with down to the ittiest bittiest detail. And we notice those details. We do. So we do appreciate it. Tell him thank you and give him a hug for us. Thank you guys, everyone who's saying they love me and they love my hair. I do prefer this color.
It's a wig.
Than the other color. No, it's not.
It's not a wig. I'm just kidding.
Wow, there they are. They're growing out a little bit.
So wait, what did we do yesterday?
Thanks for hanging out with us while you're on the road. Excited to watch Ghostbusters with everyone, even though I'm a ghost.
Remember for 1 month, Mary B. Thanks for hanging out.
That's
awesome.
a new thing. I love that. I don't know what it is, but it's cool.
So YouTube gives us the option for Ghost Club members. Every month that you become a member, we can change it so you have a different icon next to your name. So like 2 months, 3 months, you have something different. Change colors and stuff. I just like the simplicity of like the single ghost. You know, it lets you know that you guys are special. All of you are special to us.
Oh,
but
Christopher, that makes us so happy.
CJ Connor, thank you.
I know your name.
Matt Shook, thank you.
Thank you,
Christopher,
Maddie.
for your 50th. Well, you're welcome.
I forgot what it's
Thank
called.
you.
Is it called Murder Ballads? The album that he does. I don't think I've heard anything other than that album of his, but I'm addicted to that album. I've been singing that album since I was a little girl, and that's one of my favorite songs from it. Is the one about El Paso.
El Paso. Tramp stamp, not yet. Purple Muppet 18. Once we get the movie started, we'll start talking about the tramp stamp, this and that. But we got some time. It's like a couple more minutes. It's 8:27, and in about 3 minutes, we're going to be playing the movie. Does everybody know where the movie is? 609 people in here right now. Thank you for joining us. Tonight, the link to tonight's movie is pinned to the top of the chat, as well as in the description below. And in the description of this video, you'll find a whole bunch of other links that you might find interesting. If not, just watch the videos.
You guys are so sweet. We love you all.
Do we have any other kind of news?
I don't know. This is my resting day, and I kind of I've had a headache all day, so it's like my brain's not really working. And I'm sure there's other things that we've wanted to share with you guys, but we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, and we're on Twitter. So if there's anything that we ever have to share, it'll be across all three of those. Yeah. If you follow us on one, you will not miss anything, and because I definitely will share it across all three platforms. Oh yeah, I didn't think that my hair is Slimer hair. My hair matches Slimer. I loved Slimer ever since I was little. He was my dude. I was like, he hungry. Me too. Rock on, man. It's like why they giving him hard times? He's just hungry. Let him eat a little, then he'll go away.
Thank you, the Super 2. Right? That means today is the first month anniversary of the last failed Patreon gang out. My freaking word, Patreon.
Yeah. Wow, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so you don't have to watch the movie. You can just hang out with us, Lily Gardner, whenever you guys want to do. I know a lot of places, whenever they do watch parties, they try all these different gimmicks. They tweet about it. This one here, it kind of gives you different options.
Michael's shirt is from a company called Lucky Hellcat. They're on Instagram, and I think it's luckyhellcat.com. She does a lot of beautiful illustrations like this. This is probably one of her more colorful ones, but we love it.
I have quite a few of their shirts.
Yeah, Lucky Hellcat is the one that does the heart-shaped purse that says I
love spooky.
Yeah, that's her too. So you've seen a lot of her
Thank
stuff
you, God
through us before. And she just came out with a miniature one of that, and I already got it. And so I want to do this thing where it's like, oh, look, my purse had a baby.
So Henry W. says, bring back Ecto Cooler drink. You ready for a
Somebody needs to.
fun little fact? Right? Okay.
Go ahead. Yeah. Thank you, Sarah.
Before
Welcome
we
the
move
Ghost
to
Club,
California, well, thank you, Sarah, for joining the Ghost Club. Welcome to the afterlife.
honey.
So before we get the movie started, the Halloween before we moved to California, we moved to California 3 years ago, almost 4 years ago, on January 1st, the start of the year. Thank you, Spittin' Bullets. I'm in the Marines. I've been stationed overseas for the past 12 months, and I watch y'all's video all the time
Where
to
you
keep me
stationed
busy.
at, Pumpkin?
And it feels like I'm traveling with y'all. I'm glad we can be there for you, and thank you for your service. Stephanie Hall, big move back to Arizona next week. Wish me luck, guys. Best of luck to you,
Ooh,
Stephanie.
Good luck on the road if you're driving. That can be so tiring.
So the Halloween before Jessica and I moved from Florida to California, we were planning a Halloween special. We do a Halloween special every year. And now we also do a Christmas special every year. And the Halloween special
Thank you.
was going to be,
Thank you, Shane.
the core of it was going to be us creating or remaking, like mad scientists, the Ecto Cooler one, the Ecto Cooler drink. And we never got around to it. So maybe. Thank you, Shane. All right, time for the movie. Does everybody have the link? Any questions as to where it is?
Ooh,
Spittin'
hot.
Bullet, Africa. Hey.
That sounds very hot. Dry heat, right? Like Arizona. We're in South Carolina.
South Carolina.
I was trying to say California and wouldn't come out.
We have friends in South Carolina, but no, we
Yeah.
live in Hollywood. All right, it's time for the movie. Get it queued up. The link is pinned to the top of the chat as well as in the description. Cue it up. Hit pause. We're going to do a countdown. All right.
Winter in Australia.
Oh,
Y'all
yes.
don't get snow, right?
And if at any time during the movie, or if you're joining and you want to know where we are,
Oh,
yell out tramp stamp.
That
Yell it
sounds
really
terrible.
loud that your neighbors go, what are they doing over there? If your
don't
grandma's
disturb your
asleep,
neighbors.
disturb your neighbors. And if your grandma's asleep, wake her up by yelling tramp stamp, hitting some pots and pans, squirt her with a squirt gun filled with watered down mustard. I don't
Let
care.
Grandma sleep.
No, grandma needs to wake up. She needs to enjoy life.
She needs her beauty.
She needs to enjoy life. Wake up your grandma. Grim Life Collective is here.
If you don't see the link to the video,
Oh, yeah.
it's pinned to the top of the chat. You may have to scroll up to the top of your chat to find it. It's going to be highlighted in blue.
3, 2,
But you can also
One.
just go to
hit
Tubi
play.
and do a quick search, and it'll
Or you
pull
can
up the
put it
video
in.
for you. Yeah.
And I think at this point we've done 3 Ghostbusters videos.
What is a kale channel? I eat kale.
Tramp stamp? Are those good for mailing tramps? Sure.
I mean, the stamps fall off.
Does anybody know what a tramp stamp really is?
Yeah.
What's a tramp stamp?
Hi, Germany. It's the tattoo you get across your lower back.
Who gets a tramp stamp?
Everybody.
Tramps.
Will we be
No,
coming?
I'm gonna
to
say,
Creepy
all right.
World?
I'm not gonna say tramps get tramp stamps because if you have a
Pinky
tramp
metal?
stamp, awesome. But a tramp stamp, yeah, that's what they call it.
Creepy World. Will we be coming to Creepy World? Which one is that?
Creepy
I'm
World is
confused.
in St. Louis
Oh, okay. We will not be in the United States
For Halloween.
Halloween. We will be in England. Specifically on Halloween, we will be at Paris Disneyland.
I think it's called Disneyland Paris.
Whatever.
Whatever. And then, okay, so Laurent, are you still here, Laurent?
Guten
Or
Tag.
did you go pet your cat?
Smack it?
don't smack your cat. Are you still with us, Laurent? Yes. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and say this. I apologize, Laurent, if we give too much away. Laurent is a part of a company. I guess we can say it. I'm gonna say it. Can I say your company name? The company you work for? Screw it. Wicked Vision. They were here in the United States. We met up with them. They're our friends from Germany, and they are the ones that are doing this awesome documentary called. It's based on Vincent Price, and we are a part of it.
Mhm.
And that's, you might have saw the video where we sat with Mick Garris,
Mhm.
and John Landis, and Laurent and Daniel were in it. They live in Germany. our plan is while we're over in the Europe area is probably right after Halloween, like the beginning of November. Weather's probably going to suck, but I don't care. We don't care. Grim things happen. We're probably going to go to Germany for a week or something like that.
We're gonna maybe hop, skip, and
I'm all over the place
around Europe because we've scheduled a lot of time in case we have any setbacks due to weather and such to film. But England is also very small, and we're used to driving cross country here in America, which is quite large. So we might end up with a lot of free time on our hands. You don't know where we're going to end up.
But their company, it's a distribution company, so they have these amazing movies. They release amazing movies called under the label Wicked Visions. It's hard to say. Wicked Visions. I want to say Wicked Visions, like some sort of weird Vincent Price villain. Wicked Visions.
Thank you, David.
And they're the ones that are, like I said, that are putting out the Vincent Price documentary.
Very possible that we will be coming to Wales.
Wales.
Good morning, Finland. Because the Moors were filmed in Wales.
We're not going to the Wales.
I like Wales.
We're going to the dolphins and the sea turtles.
What we heard one of the best dad jokes.
Tramp stamp.
Recently. Do you remember what it was?
Hold on. 3 minutes and 50 seconds.
One day, Adam, we will come to Australia. I promise you.
Yeah. What was the best dad joke? Do you remember what it was?
I don't. There were two. Oh, okay. No, wait. So we were at a gift shop for some waterfalls, right? So these beautiful.
It was the Twilight video.
Yeah.
We were in the
Multadona. Donuts.
Mustafa.
It sounds like multi donuts. I don't know, Multdona or something like that.
It's in Oregon, on the Oregon side of a river, heading out towards the Bridge of the Gods.
It's like the waterfall.
Multona.
There's a lot of different waterfalls, but it's the waterfall. So we're in there.
Multnomah,
yes.
Yes.
And we happened upon
Multnomah.
something they were selling, and it was, a little cardboard placard with a little
beautiful falls, by the way.
Plastic bag under it. And it said it was dehydrated waterfall tears.
Yeah.
Add water.
Yeah.
So they were selling an empty plastic bag. You know what I mean? As a gift thing that you could buy. It was the ultimate dad joke. I was like, dad joke of the year in a gift shop. I thought that was precious and perfect. Just add water.
Multnomah Falls. All right, so we crossed the Bridge of the Gods. I'm gonna say maybe 4 or 5 times.
In a hotel, yeah.
In order to cross the Bridge of the Gods, a bridge that goes from Washington State to Oregon State, it's $3 each way, which is not a big deal. But in order to get all the way out there, especially in an electric car, is kind of scary. But we did find some really awesome cheeseburgers, like gas station cheeseburgers.
Oh, they were so good, though.
At a place called St. Cloud, Washington, I think it was. I don't know.
It was such a 9. Yeah.
We kind of did. So the hospital, the abandoned hospital where they filmed Session 9 is now a high-priced condo on the outside of Salem in a place called Danvers. So we went there.
Hello, Philippines.
Running with the devil.
Colombia.
Hello.
Are people able to rent the Scream House?
Yes.
We will tell you what we know.
Okay.
Which might not help.
So, you know us. It's a fault. We are brutally honest about everything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? We rented out the Scream House for one night, and we split it with our friend Dane and his wife.
Mm-hmm.
Full disclosure.
Mm-hmm.
We got a really, really, really killer deal. I'm talking like a deal that should not have happened, but it did, only because a couple months prior we went up there to do that same thing, but we were not able to do it. So, as a way of saying I'm sorry for lack of better words, the owner of the house agreed to let us in, spend the night for a heavily discounted deal.
Mm-hmm.
We're not didn't pay what they're asking. I don't know. I'm not going to say what I heard they're asking to rent the house, but in the description of that video, there is an email for Dane where you can reach out to him, the guy in the video, and he will broker the deal with the owner and get you in there. Keep in mind that the owner really only wants to rent this place out for weddings, which is money.
When you rent the house out for a wedding, you're getting way more than just a Scream house. He has a farmhouse down the road. It's up on a hill that is gated essentially, and they do a lot. The other house is where you would have like the venue set up for everything, and a lot of stuff is included. So the price tag is hefty. For you to do a wedding, it's like $20,000 or something like that from the website I saw last year. So what they're doing with the Scream house, the impression that we got is they kind of want to do the same thing where instead of one person renting it for one night or what have you, because, you know,
tramp stamp.
They will not be there with you to watch over things, and his house could get destroyed.
40 seconds.
Because they do live there. So they rent out their personal home where they personally
Naming
sleep.
private, the movie has started. The link is in the description.
Yes.
In the description below, as well as pinned to the top of the chat.
So they're renting it out as if you're doing it as a group thing.
Hello, Nelson.
Kind of like how like Star Wars Cruiser was doing.
Right.
Keep that in mind.
No,
they're not going to charge each individual person, but the price tag to me reflected that, even though it was not described that way. That's the impression I got the owner was trying to convey, because he's taking a lot of risk letting people into his home.
If you want the house for yourself, just you and your private party, you're going to be paying for it. But Dane does do tours, Scream inspired or Scream themed tours. Legally they can't say Scream themed tours because of Scream, this and that, Ghostface, but they do tours Spring Hill Estate where they bring people in, they play the movie, the people dress up, and you can do all kinds of things.
Thank you, Robert.
They do it a couple times a year.
Hello.
We were in Seattle, Fair Monkey.
Yeah, I don't know if
Thank
they
you,
have
Michael
posted
Maxwell.
when the next tours are going to be, but if you check out his Instagram, he posts all the information all the time. So you'll get a lot more information if you go and follow them instead of us, because we did it the one time. We don't have any information outside of that.
Like I said, our night there was special,
magical,
and
we were so tired.
And honestly, it's not like I'm just gonna say it. It's not like the owner so I asked Dane, I was like, hey, did the owner watch our video at least? Because and he said, I don't think he did. He just didn't.
He don't care.
He doesn't really care. It's his house, it's his family's house.
He
lives there.
runs a dairy farm too. Like, this guy's got other priorities, you know.
So it's just, if you want information, reach out to Dane.
Yeah.
That's the best way.
Yeah. Tramp stamp t-shirts where it just says tramp stamp across the lower back and Grim Life Collective on the front. I like it. Will the Vincent Price documentary be available in the U.S.? I believe so.
Well, I
think they'll ship to the U.S.
From my understanding, and the stuff could change.
Is that right, Laurent?
My understanding, it is going to be a part of the special features of a Vincent Price release that they are doing.
Yes.
That's my understanding. Now, where it goes from there, who knows? But Laurent and Wicked Visions and Daniel, they got a lot of really, really awesome people like Alice Cooper and a lot of people that have worked with Vincent Price. Vincent Price's daughter. Yes, they will ship to the U.S. Awesome. Woo-hoo.
I do believe you'll need an all-region player.
Well,
it's made in Germany.
Yeah, we shall see.
I heard the same thing, Justin. I heard he's coming out with a 5. Yeah, I heard they're already starting to film it. I don't know if I have a favorite clown from the Killer Clowns. Maybe the one that drinks the cotton candy bodies, because he's just cute as a button. He's so dopey.
Good night, Brittany Barber.
If you
Team
have a
Edward
question-
or Team Jacob?
Nelson, if you have a question, just feel free to shoot it, honey. You don't need to get my response to ask a question. Just go right ahead. If I see it, I see it.
Team Edward or Team Jacob? I'm 100% Team Edward, but after watching our video, we are hoping that you're going to say
Beautiful.
Team
Thank you,
Grim
Laurent.
Life. Just say it.
Team Good Life.
The
Awesome,
doc will
Edward.
be definitely region free. The Americans should see it.
Kind of
Awesome, Laurent.
Team both, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Like, no hate against the werewolves. I love them boys.
I like werewolves. Sometimes, depending on the movie, I like werewolves more than I like vampires.
But if I had to live as a werewolf or the vampire, I would probably go with vampire.
Like in Twilight, Jacob to me came off as like a whiny little like puppy.
He was a puppy.
He was just like, I was like, geez Louise, dude, like get off of it. Like
He was like 16 and she was 16 and she fell in love with a guy who was like 300. He's supposed to, if he haven't matured in 300 years, that's a red flag. Okay,
Right.
guys. If you ever start dating a vampire and he hasn't matured in 300 years, let that wine sit a little longer.
just Google it.
Just Google it.
Just Google
Just
it.
Google it.
Just Google it.
Just Google it. God.
Jacob was that way in the books too.
We will be at Monster Palooza next weekend. We won't have a table. We'll be wandering around. And if you're there on Friday, I'm going to be a model sitting for one of the makeup effects artists that they do. So you can come and say hi, but I might not be able to talk to you for very long because I'll be having prosthetics glued to my face.
We are watching Ghostbusters tonight, the content pirate. The link is pinned to the top of the chat as well as in the description below. Click on it, queue it up, watch it. We are watching it right now. We are about...
We'll be there Sunday for sure.
14 minutes and 30 seconds in.
I am 5'3".
I'm 6'9".
6'2".
6'9".
He may as well be 6'9".
6'9".
He may have shrunken though because he kind of like slouches because I'm way down here and he's up here.
The only time, so Roxanne says, Michael, it took us forever in Florida to find a Jack and Coke in a can. So I actually prefer, I would much rather have the Coke Zero, less whatever.
We would.
But the only time that we've been actually able to find these consistently is at Target. Target always has them.
Target. We would do a video on the Twilight House. We did go and visit the Twilight House, but the Twilight House is currently a bed and breakfast.
Yeah. We reached out to them.
It is booked out like all the time.
Like
so
years in advance.
Yeah.
But they did reach out and they said, hey, if you give us more advance, I don't know how much more advance we can give you. Let them know. So we did stand out front of the house and we talked about it. But we didn't get to go inside, which is okay.
Yes,
because they also announced on their Facebook page that they actually changed the inside. A lot of the stuff that they had that was screen accurate, they have behind glass inside, like the closet.
We went to the swap meet and we were leaving and we met someone and we got out and said hi.
Yes.
That's Halloween 365 days.
Hey, Halloween 365.
Thank you for getting out of the car for the picture.
Of course. I'm glad you're here.
Sweethearts. Did we go to the Shining house? We went to one of them.
We have more Shining stuff coming.
Ever considered doing a filming location of a Christine or the original Child's Play?
Yes. Christine is coming.
Indigo.
Child's Play is going to be coming as well the next time that we are in the Chicago.
No Hiker Biker. We won't be there.
Where's that?
The Midwest Haunters convention in Chicago in June.
So
Team Baby Ghoul and Sparkly Michael.
we're keeping our lips shut, right? Or right now about conventions for the rest of the year. We're still waiting on everybody else. There are going to be conventions that we're going to be at. It just I feel like we operate on a separate
Short girls, am I right?
schedule than the rest of the world. I guess because like Jessica and I, we basically run our own business. We have our own schedule. We go where we want to go, when we want to go there, for however long we want to be there.
Yeah, yeah.
And I don't expect, I do not ever expect anybody to bend to our schedule.
Yeah, there's ads in ours too. Tubi to stay free runs ads.
I don't remember what I was saying, but yeah. As of right now, we have 0 convention announcements, only because we're constantly moving and we keep talking about it. And eventually, whenever the conventions announce it, we will.
We fit fine in the Enchanted bobsled, Enchanted Forest bobsled, but they really should watch you. They really should warn you to watch out for your head. Like every person who came off that ride was like, "Wow, my head hit really hard."
Vegas ready? Are you guys going to do a Jack the Ripper video in England? We are still undecided. We kind of want to, but at the same time, we really do not want to. Obviously, because we're fans of true crime, and obviously going to England, Jack the Ripper obviously is something that obviously Americans would want to do. But obviously it has been done like there's no freaking tomorrow, and there is not many places that are left there. So I don't know. We don't know if we want to do it or not. There's a whole bunch of other things that we want to do. We're just undecided right now, to be honest.
Frank, we hadn't actually talked about that, but if we have time, that would be lovely.
What's that?
If we're going to tour the Tower of London.
We will.
Okay, well, there you
go. Whether
Thank
we
you.
film it or whether
Thank
we
you,
can
Jason.
film it or not is another story, but we are going to go check that
That's
out.
a good question. I'm sure they allow tourists at least pictures.
Yeah.
They seem like they love their tourism. The tourism kind of pays for everything, right?
Aaron says the ride attendants place bets on the number of concussions each shift. That's funny.
Dude, they really should say something.
I thought for sure that they would be a lot less bumpier than the bobsleds at Disneyland. They were just about as bad.
About the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, except the bobsleds at Disneyland have seat belts. Yeah.
Did they have seatbelts? I don't remember.
Yeah, you get strapped in. I mean, if it's not a seatbelt, it's a lap bar. They have something, but there's nothing at Enchanted Forest. But you are in your own little car. Your own little car, though. That was pretty cool. I like that. You know what, Razor? Always. I don't like going into basements or attics. It's creepy. It's always giving me the willies. Always. I'm one of those people that I can feel the dark.
Hello,
on my
Jennifer
heels
from
and,
Pittsburgh.
Like something's touching me.
What part of Pittsburgh are you from, Jennifer? I have to ask. ask.
What part of Yin's from?
Well, yeah.
Yin's.
Where Yin's from? In relation to downtown and Mount Washington.
Oh, that's cool. Welcome, guys.
It's been so long. I can't. Autumn RC1, welcome to the
Candace.
Ghost Club. Welcome to the afterlife.
Welcome to the afterlife. Hope you enjoy it.
Jennifer Elliott, the store will be open probably about a week once we get back.
Yeah, we are sold out of a bunch of stuff. Only in some of the sizes for the t-shirts, which is a good reminder. We are discontinuing the green logo and the orange logo. We do have some for sale still available, but once they're gone, they're going to be gone. We're going to be bringing in new colors. We will continue to carry the white logo and the image print, but we're going to be discontinuing those two colors. So what's listed on the website once it goes live again when we get back home, that's it. We're not reordering the green or the orange.
You guys ready for the new design? I'm gonna give you a sneak peek of what the new t-shirt design is gonna be. Ready for it? See-through.
I mean,
nobody's gonna buy it. It's clear.
We're gonna be doing a pink. Yeah, we're really excited to do like a neon 80s pink.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be really pretty.
Did I miss where Jennifer is from Pittsburgh?
I wasn't watching. Sorry.
Spittin' Bull is 97. If y'all get an ad. Once the ad is over, can you throw out a timestamp?
Yeah, we
did. Oh, yeah,
our
I
ad
can do
just
that.
played.
That makes sense. Good thinking. Spirit bullets. Just for a heads up right now, we don't have an ad, but 20 minutes, 33 seconds. This is whenever Dan Aykroyd brings the Ecto-1. Is Ghostbusters your favorite horror movie, Michael? It is not my favorite horror movie. I think it's more of a
Is this
comedy.
considered a horror movie? A horror comedy, maybe. Horror comedy? I don't know. I don't think that this falls under horror. More supernatural?
Can I say who I ran into at Starbucks the other day?
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you where. But we're traveling.
Argentina.
We're traveling, and just like 2 days ago, went to Starbucks early in the morning. We're getting ready to go out and film for the day, and I'm standing there. I already placed my order, and I'm standing over by the counter, and I see this guy walk in with a leather jacket and sunglasses, and I'm like, I know that walk.
It's sci-fi, yeah, sci-fi.
So I stand over there in the corner like a creeper while this guy walks in, and he places his order, and he starts walking over to me, and I look at him. I'm like, Henry? And he takes off his sunglasses, and it was E.T. Well, Elliot from E.T. And so ran into.
Oh, you're welcome, Lena.
Henry Thomas in the middle of like nowhere at Starbucks the other day, and we chit-chatted because we both appeared at the same convention in the past, and he remembered us, and obviously we remembered him.
Hello, Brazil.
Then we went our separate ways. Henry Thomas is awesome.
He's a sweetheart. He's a real sweetheart.
But we actually talked about Twilight.
He's very tall.
He asked me what we were doing, and I told him that we've been in town filming a Twilight video for the past week, and he's like, "Oh, my daughter loves that." He's like, "I've been watching it with my daughter," and he said he'll look for the video.
He can be very shy, I found, but also very gentle. The first time I met him, I was having a weird anxiety moment.
That's why it's called Starbucks. Good one, Lauren.
I couldn't talk to him, which for me is not. I went nonverbal for some reason. Like I got hit in a weird mental space, and I went nonverbal.
Well, the strangest thing happened.
He was super sweet.
We've seen Henry Thomas a couple of different times at conventions.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, he's a sweetheart. He's awesome, but he is like the most awkward duck that you could ever meet at a convention. He's very quiet.
He's like
very
6'3".
He's very silent. He's very not into himself, but he's very like collected, right?
Yes.
When I saw him at Starbucks, I knew who he was. I'm like, Henry, how you doing? And he was so friendly, completely different than you see at a convention.
I think, that makes so much sense to me because doing conventions is very overstimulating. There's so many people, so many sounds, so much things happening. You're working through a lot of different staff. And they're very long days. After we do a convention, I have like an autoimmune issue afterwards where like I just completely crash and I feel like I'm just on the brink of death practically. So it takes a lot out of me, and I can imagine that a lot of people don't feel kind of
Grim Life Collected. He was. That was good. But you know what's really interesting? I feel like you and I, whenever we go to a show, whether we're appearing at a show or if we run into somebody out in the wild, that's what we call it. Oh, we saw him out in the wild, whether at like Walmart or at the gas station. I feel like we're the same.
Oh, we're totally the same. It's just that.
I mean, we have. She has more anxiety than I do.
Yeah.
But I feel like in those instances, what you see in real life is who we are.
Yeah.
Whether you're there or not.
It's just that conventions, like, because they do the whole VIP thing where people enter an hour early, so you have to be there to be set up and everything. And granted, we get on the floor way earlier than most of the celebrities do because we also want to get signatures and we want to set up and make sure everything's right. And you're on your feet for 8 hours and nonstop talking, and it's a lot of energy and
Bitten bullets,
like
97.
It's very tiring, but we
Ghost
do
Club
love
members.
doing it, and we love meeting everybody and hanging out.
In fact, the last time we did a convention, which was in Atlantic City, New Jersey,
yes,
the last day it ended at 4:00. I was asleep by 6, and I slept for almost 16 hours. I was out. I was so tired and so exhausted.
You bounce back, but it's definitely it's rough. It can be really rough.
So
It's
honestly,
like you just went on a 3-day rave.
whether it's at a convention or not, like I absolutely love talking to people. People come up to us and say, "Hey, I saw you and I was very nervous about coming over
yeah.
and saying hi." And I'm like, "Don't be. Next time you see us, just come say hi. I
Yeah.
want to talk to you guys. We want to talk to you guys."
I'm a natural brunette. You can see my roots coming in a little bit. I'm like a medium brown. What's that color? Auburn. I'm a reddish brown by
Auburn.
nature. Who's the most famous person we've met?
Ooh.
I'm gonna say.
To me, it was going to be Shelley Duvall.
Ooh, okay. So since you took Shelly, I'm going to say.
Like so much so that I still have like Shelley Duvall pinned at the top of my social media. Like I'm never gonna unpin that. That was like a
Well,
highlight
that's
of
also
career.
really recent, but we got to meet. Oh my god, I'm blanking on his name. I can't believe I'm blanking on his name. Nightbreed.
Clive Barker.
Clive Barker. God, it would not come to me. Michael thinks he's a celebrity. What a joke. Hey, Atheist is back. You're like the meanest Canadian I've ever met. It's awesome.
Wait, what happened?
Atheist is our troll.
Oh, atheist believer. Thank you. Michael thinks he's a celebrity. What's a joke? You know what? Can I just say this, atheist? You just paid me to insult me. That's why I love you.
But
so
it's
keep it coming.
It's in Canadian dollars. So like he's like the meanest Canadian I've ever met. Because like they're always like so nice.
And so yeah, thank you for paying me to insult me. And as for the celebrity part of it, I don't feel like I'm a celebrity. I'm a horror fan, just like you, just like every 615 people that are in here. And I get nervous as hell
Not yet until one day.
talking to some of these people that we get to meet.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
And every single day that Jessica and I get to travel and film and see these places, I'm in awe. Like, how many times do I turn to you and I say, "Do you realize what we're doing right now?"
He's like a little kid. Yeah.
Like, I get so like enamored with it all.
Mm.
Insult him with a 20. Yeah, right. Well, I think in Canadian, what is it, like 1435? Come on, insult me with 1435. Atheist.
No, in Canadian it would be like 25.
Oh, 25,
because
25,
our
35.
dollar is higher than the Canadian dollar.
All right.
What was I gonna say? Oh, by happenstance, when I've met other Canadians in the wild, I'm not Canadian, but when I've met Canadians in the wild at like conventions and stuff, it's just like an immediate.
Jolie forever. Thank
click,
you.
And we have this like nicety back and forth. Like the other one just can't I'm Midwestern, and then I meet a Canadian. So we keep doing the super nice things back and forth, and then I'm just like, wait, are you Canadian? Julie. And they're like, yeah, and I'm like, I'm Midwestern. We will be here forever. And then you just have to like walk off. You're like, I'm leaving now because this is never going to end.
Oh, speaking of Canada, we are coming.
You,
September 9th, we're going to be at the Great Canadian Halloween Market in Toronto.
In the wild.
Good morning, if you're Scotland. In that area, we're going to come check you out. We're also excited because we actually have tickets to go see Jurassic Park live in Toronto.
Who's the rudest celebrity you've ever met?
Oh, the rudest celebrity. It was you.
Okay.
I'm kidding. It was not her.
Oh, that's so cool, Thornmellow.
We have some horror stories about some horror celebrities.
It is Billy Zane. But I still want to meet him again.
I was not going to say anything, but as I was thinking it, I was like, do people remember? Yeah, it was. Okay, we had a bad experience with Billy Zane.
We have met a few celebrities who weren't in a receiving kind of mood. Let me put it that way. And you can catch people when they're just running errands or in a bad mood or whatever. Eugene, that's totally a question for Michael, favorite Western. But Billy Zane wasn't always only just kind of rude. He also ruined like $150 worth of merchandise. So that puts him at the top of my list. Yeah. But at the same time, I would give him a second chance.
So, yeah, Billy.
Not with my money.
right?
Mind you, not with my money, I wouldn't, because, I'm not going to have him ruin another one. Yes, yeah, Billy Zane from Demon Knight. Yes, exactly. And, we had him sign 2 things, came to about $150, and he just wrecked them.
Yeah.
He just
not a care in the world.
intentionally scribbled on them so bad that the marker even gave out.
And then a couple months later, we saw John Cassier, who voiced the Crypt Keeper, and we told him, we're like, we want you to sign this, but we feel because this. And he looked at it and he went, yeah.
Sounds on par for
That
Billy.
sounds on par for Billy.
Yeah.
And he signed it anyhow,
Yeah.
but it is what it is.
Yeah.
I have something else I was going to say, but I can't remember.
People in Washington and Oregon have been extremely nice.
Yeah.
Although
nice.
I have seen some altercations between some people online recently that are
Black Cat
native to
Paranormal.
Oregon.
Thank you.
That have not been the greatest, which shocked me, honestly. Thank you, Black Cat. But that's not my experience so far. So, well, I mean.
Oh, we have a commercial. So when it comes back, I'm going to give you guys a tramp stamp.
Everyone has been nice, but they'll be nice even if they're being rude. So it's just one of those things, either not everybody likes alternative people or not everybody likes that we're from California. So they make nasty comments in a polite tone. I'll say that much.
Supposedly, Canadians hate us so much that they pay us. Wait, is that kind of like the stereotypical Canadian or Canada where it's like, I'm sorry, I'm sorry for like making fun of you, but here's some money. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say things like that.
Throw money at you and tell you that your
happy
shoes
anniversary,
are
Julie. 35 years. Happy anniversary.
Yeah, we ran into a few of those, Justin,
Brownsville was really awesome.
Billy Zane is one of those like
Hi, Henry.
artist types. Thank you so much, Henry. He really prides himself on being an artist. And so I think he is naturally a little stuck up because when we did see other people at his table
Dominic,
who were buttering him up a lot with like just straight comments and like, the whole girl fawning thing, his signatures were beautiful. He drew little hearts and stuff like that. And we had caught him just as he came back from a break. We were the only people waiting at the table and he was just not in a good mood. What can I say? It was unfortunate.
We have been. We visit Texas a lot, Stacy.
Well, we drive through.
We drive through Texas a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have stopped and we filmed in there, and Texas is one of those states where it takes forever to get through.
Oh, I know not
Thank
all
you,
Canadians
sir.
are nice people, but
Malmstead.
every person you meet is a what do you call it? The cat. What's the cat's name? Schrodinger. Every person you meet is a Schrodinger's cat, right? You don't know
What are you doing to
really
cats?
what the person is going to be like until you start a conversation. And thank you, Black Cat. Thank
So
you.
Aaron Fram, Black Cat Paranormal. Thank you. Aaron Fram says, they know that we've given up really on like the sweets. Occasionally have sweets, but what like guilty pleasure do we have on? As today, I've become more meatless in my diet. I've been trying really hard to get rid of that. Surprisingly,
I'm adorable. Thanks.
I've been really good at like not eating my weight in cookies.
Michael is addicted to
oatmeal raisin cookies.
Who's the nicest celebrity you've ever met? Eugene. Gosh, that's gonna be hard.
We'll get to that, Eugene.
So many.
I don't.
If you like Tombstone, you must visit.
I don't know, Aaron.
Oh, thank you, Spittin'.
What's the nicest celebrity you guys have met? Shoot.
God, so many.
So there are celebrities that you meet that are really nice.
Well, more of a matter of opinion, dear.
But you have in your head that these people or this celebrity or this person is a certain way. For instance, Doug Bradley from Hellraiser.
So sweet.
I've met him a few different times.
So sweet.
He's amazing person, and every time we get together, like we hit it off. But he still intimidates me like there's no freaking tomorrow because
God,
he's the
of
king of
course.
freaking hell, right?
You know what? We all.
But he's so
just,
nice.
Like,
So I always feel like I'm
that's
inconveniencing
cool.
the man.
You can have your opinion, but I don't care about your opinion. So
What's that?
Awesome. Love Argentina. Oh, someone just doesn't like my green hair.
Oh, that's all right. It's all right.
That's okay, because how many are in here? 600 other people do. So,
Uh-huh.
and I do, which is the most important part. So I don't really care. But thank you.
Again, to me, I mean, there's so many awesome people like that leave. Felicia Rose from Sleepaway Camp. Every time we meet her, she is
Like
beyond amazing.
I have never seen her not smiling. I think that smile is just tattooed on her face.
You go into a convention and she's there, she will have the longest line and it's
Every
a
time.
party. Because
Yeah.
she has this so much like amazing energy.
She has an addictive energy. Like
Tramp stamp.
you can't not smile when you're around her. It's impossible. Some of the people who come to mind as some of the
45.
sweetest celebrities we've ever met, because I mean everybody is generally so amazing, is that we got to meet some of the people from Black Mass and the Haunting of Bly House.
Okay. Oh,
Everybody on the Flanagan team is beyond the sweetest of sweethearts, and they're so like surprised at how much people love their work. And it's one of the things like, oh my God, you liked it? No way. And it's like, ma'am, yes, you're amazing. You know what I mean? Like
I gotta tell you guys
I don't know
this.
how I can describe it. It's this you want to hug them, and then you find out we're all huggers, and then you hug for like 20 minutes, and it's great.
All right, so okay, I got to tell you guys this. I can't believe I'm gonna spill the beans. So
Of our
so who here has watched The Haunting of Hill House or The Haunting of
Bly Manor.
Or Midnight Mass?
Midnight Mass.
There's a new one coming out, The Fall of the House of Usher. Who here is a fan of what they call the Flaniverse? Mike Flanagan and his team. Henry Thomas has been in the movies. Okay. So Matthew Caldera. Greetings. So here's the thing. We were at a convention with the Flaniverse. And I was really nervous about meeting Mike Flanagan. And if you watch the video where we were there, it was for Midsummer Scream, and we did a whole video on it.
It's okay, Gremlin. We cry together.
And we recorded our interaction with Mike Flanagan, the guy who writes and creates all this stuff. And Spitting Bullets, bear with me. Spitting Bullets, what was your favorite grave to visit? Also, yeah, you definitely should go to Virgil.
So I don't miss it.
Yeah, take pictures.
Yeah. I'm going to take a picture of your comment so I can come back to it.
Because this is big. This is big.
Yeah. This is a long story, a little bit.
So to get Mike Flanagan's signature, it's $50.
Mm-hmm.
$50. We had him sign something. We had him sign my book, our book, and we also had him sign a Dr. Sleep photo poster because he directed Dr. Sleep. And we're doing the interview, and he asked me, he's like,
"Don't cross streets."
He's like, "Did you pay for this?" And we're like, "Yeah, of course." He's like, "No. Here's your $50 back." So he hands me my $50 back, and I'm like,
I'm here, by the way. I'm standing with him the entire time. They're saying, no. Of course, I'm going to pay you. You know, we want to support you. And he's like, no, you can't. And nothing's happening with this $50. So I was like, y'all should just like sign it and keep passing it back and forth.
So because of Jessica, Mike Flanagan, and the Grim Life Collective, because I handed him the $50 and he was handing it back, he initialed it MF for Mike Flanagan, and he dated it 12/5/22. So the next time that I see Mike Flanagan, I'm going to hand this $50 to him, and I'm going to initial it and date it, and then he has it until he sees me next.
Yeah.
So I've been keeping this in my wallet since December 5th, 2022, until the next time that I can actually give it to Mike Flanagan in person. So there it is right there. That's, yeah.
Yeah.
So now,
you know, if he never gets to hold on to it, If it never happens that we remember to give that back to him so that we can sign it and give it back, then you know what? I'm just gonna frame it. I don't care.
Right. So it's been in my
head, that
wallet
money was
ever
spent
since.
Already.
Yeah.
It's not something we need to spend. It's already been spent. So
that $50 is now worth whatever. It's priceless. It's just one of those inside. Wait, dare I say?
Birthday, Justin.
It's like an inside Hollywood joke.
Yeah.
Right. Where next time that I see the man, he probably won't remember, and I'll be like, "Listen, you're not going to remember this." He might though, because he was that kind of person. He was very cool and very laid back.
Very sweet.
This 50's for you, and here's why.
This 50's for you.
And you never know. He might need it. He doesn't. Trust me, he doesn't. But you never know. That's on my plan.
Like me.
A what?
Oh man. I don't know.
The trees.
The trees.
The top of the trees. Find a nest.
Why do birds suddenly
So, if you really must know, speaking of top birds, the first day that I met her, I took her out to eat, and I was like, "Where do you want to eat?" And you know what she said? "Wherever you want." So I went to the local gas station, and I opened up that little refrigerator that says live bait, and I got some worms, and I went,
that's disgusting.
And I stood above her and I spit it down in her mouth because she's a top bird. Yes.
No. The first time we met, though, I dove through the window of his car. Well,
right?
I tried. I was too short. I couldn't get in. Couldn't even get my leg up. Get in the window. I couldn't do it. Oh, jeez.
Good night, Lil Mick. Don't know about the worm thing, Frank. Trust me, I would not.
The thing about me and Michael is that we didn't meet until we were in our 30s, and before we started dating, we were just good friends for a good 5 years. Never flirted with each other a single time. Never I don't know. We were just good friends, and he was a cool dude, and he thought I was a cool chick, and we were just good friends. And then one day it hit us in the face, the fuck y'all doing? I can't get you any closer than you already are. Just do it already. And I was like, yeah, he's kind of cute,
Who? Me?
Don't talk about my husband like that, okay? Ow. You got big hands.
Mike Babine going to Midsummer Scream this year. Possibly. Possibly.
He's essentially my best friend. We became best friends long before we were dated. Stop talking about my husband like that. You want to catch these hands?
Catch these hands.
Catch.
Ah.
Catch. Oh no, hand jail. Okay, I gotta tell you something. Listen.
Oh God, here we go.
Married couples are weird, right? And if there's any married couples in here, y'all are gonna relate. I just know. But I know we're not alone. So he's always slapping my butt, right? So my retaliation is always to smack his butt and run while we're in public, but not just a good whack. I'm always I got drums.
We play whack-a-hole.
Whack-a-hole.
Instead of whack-a-mole, whack-a-hole.
We play whack-a-buns. And we've developed this thing where he will then try to capture me, and he holds my arm until he can interlock his fingers with mine.
What do you call it?
And then he holds my hand so tight that I can't get away, and I start screaming, "Oh no, I'm in jail!
Tramp stamp.
I'm in hand jail," because I get it.
42 minutes and 55 seconds. Jail,
I can't pull my hand away from his, and I'll try to, yeah.
So after all this time, I finally discovered the foolproof way of putting my wife in hand jail.
Hand jail.
And for all you other husbands or other people who are in a relationship that do this, whenever she comes at you and you're trying to grab her hand and she's getting away, what you do is you do this. just grab her arm right here, and now you have her no matter what she does. But you gotta like put her arm underneath your armpit, and then you bite her. And then, yeah, so that's what it is. So you'll see us walking across the parking lot or walking elsewhere, and all of a sudden we're just like slapping each other, and not slapping each other, but
No,
yeah.
I like will full on run away from him too.
The
but
arm trick works, David.
I'm always in flip flops, so like I don't get very far.
And you run like a geisha. You're all like, a little freaking thing.
I got these little like hop runs that like if I'm in a silly mood, I can't. I look like a little baby bird. Like
we did not grow up in Savannah, Bog Zombie. Very good question. I'm originally from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and Jessica is from St. Louis.
I am.
And I was actually living in Savannah, Georgia. I'm not going to talk about what brought me there, but Jessica was living in Orlando, and then she came up to live with me in Savannah. Are you guys going to see the new?
Cat. You know what? I lost. Hand jail didn't work.
We are going to see the new Boogeyman movie. If we weren't here in the Pacific Northwest, we probably would have been at the world premiere of it.
Probably not going to go to the Deadly Grounds Cafe place while we're in Toronto. I cannot stand the smell of coffee. I don't drink coffee. Michael started to get Starbucks recently, and
so I
can't.
Okay, so I drink a lot of Monsters, like white energy drinks.
Me too.
And when you're on the road, you start chugging this stuff.
Jason.
Jason, thank you. Welcome to the afterlife. And whack-a-hole. So in an effort to try to stop drinking Monsters,
Mayo is disgusting.
I've been drinking sugar-free vanilla. There's sugar-free vanilla cold brew.
Yeah.
And it's just that. And what's nice is for those of you who are in the Starbucks world, whatever, the venti, I got a Starbucks cup, a matte black Starbucks cup from Disneyland, and I fill that thing up for like $5.
Not yet, Kenzie. We're gonna.
And it lasts me all day. And
Parker's, of course.
if I don't do that, and I'm drinking Monsters, I'm just drinking Monsters like one right after the other. So it might not be better. It might be better, but I feel like I'm drinking. I
had family there.
I feel like I'm drinking a lot less Monsters.
About the same, honestly.
I feel it's a lot less.
Maybe a little, not a lot less maybe, but not a lot less. That's for sure. Yeah, we're both having an issue where we're trying to kick the caffeine addiction that we're having, and trying to be a little bit.
Kevin Ambrose, thank you. You're the best.
By the way, Spittin' Bullets.
Oh yeah, Spittin' Bullets.
What was your favorite grave to visit? Also, you definitely should go visit Virgil Earp's grave. It's in Sherwood Cemetery in Portland. Favorite grave to visit?
Mine will always be the very first grave, the very first trip I ever took for Grim Life Collective, and that was the Lizzie Borden. Lizzie Borden took an axe in Fall Rivers, Massachusetts. That was the.
Good
that was
morning,
it.
gossip. So, like, our thing is that, well, not our thing, but for me, I'm one of those weird people that the smell of coffee.
Thank you, Matthew.
Smells like cat poop. I've tried everyone's different version of coffee. I can't stand the taste. I can't stand the smell. It's one of those weird things where it's the worst thing on the planet. So even if like someone's drinking a coffee, I'm like, hello. But yeah, we're trying to eat and drink a bit cleaner for our health. I don't like tea either. I tried. I really, really tried.
And thank you, Stephen. Are you guys going to see the new Boogeyman? From Stephen King. Yes.
I haven't even seen the trailer for that yet.
You have. We saw it in the theater.
Did
the
we?
Trailer. Yeah. Oh, here's the big question.
It's so hard, Jamlu. Thank you,
Kent Garrett.
No, it's
Thank
not.
you, Kent.
No matter how you dress up coffee, I always taste the coffee, and the coffee is what I hate. So, like I said, for like for the first 30 years of my life, everyone wanted me to try their version of coffee and would always suggest, different types of coffee. Listen, I hate coffee. You cannot dress up coffee enough for me to like it, and that's just how it is.
I'm ashamed and slightly embarrassed that I would drink 4 or like maybe at the worst like 6 cans of Monster a day.
I also
driving all over the place because it's almost like the caffeine in the Monsters do not do anything for me at all. But yeah, so
and for me, they're hard on my heart. So I'm fighting an addiction,
Shannon Fitz, when will you guys be in LA? We are going to be back in LA for June 2nd, 3rd, and 4th for Monster Palooza.
But we're going straight into a convention, so we're not going to be available. Yeah. More coffee for Chris.
But we don't smoke.
Ex-smokers. We dropped that one. Quitting smoking was way easier than quitting the caffeine and sugar and energy drinks and sodas. I've been struggling to drop sodas and energy drinks for years. And the longest I've been able to go is like 4 days. And it's stupid.
Is it an open convention, Monster Palooza? I think you have to buy a ticket to get in.
Yes, you need to buy a ticket.
But anybody can buy a ticket. It's not like closed to the industry.
I'm lactose intolerant, so I also do not drink hot chocolate, but also I do not like chocolate. So that's a double no. I am a picky eater. I think chocolate tastes like poop. I mean, I eat like, what were we eating earlier? Like Reese's Pieces, something that's
Ritz
coated
crackers.
in chocolate is okay, but I won't eat a whole bunch of them if there's more chocolate than there is like peanut butter. I just don't like it. It's the withdrawals. Yeah, I mean, the fiending part that you get is like one of the worst I've ever dealt with, and the headaches.
So
the headaches.
Kent Garrett says it's hard to be a vegetarian living on the road for sure. It is, but it's really not really. Pretty much every place that we've gone has had some sort of plant-based option. Hell, worst comes to worst, you got like an Impossible Burger at Burger King, which is not the greatest thing, but there have been healthier options everywhere. It's just sitting down and actually doing it.
Yeah. Well, I don't mean that like chocolate literally tastes like poop, but coffee literally does smell like poop to me. I just don't like chocolate. I have since I was a kid. It's not my thing. I don't eat ice cream. I don't eat cake.
Shannon, you should. Pie. Well, we're gonna be walking around filming an episode. So yeah, if you were at Monster Palooza one of those 3 days, we're gonna be there pretty much from open to close.
We went to the lighthouse in Pensacola.
Pensacola? No, we didn't.
San Francisco treating. Oh, which one did we go to? St. Augustine.
St. Augustine Lighthouse. Thank you, Gerald. Favorite bands right now? Go. And would you actually go see Metallica? Thank you.
So close to being able to see Metallica, and I wasn't able to go.
Yes, we would. Favorite bands right now? Go.
Gosh.
Oh man. So our musical stylings are all over the place. I wouldn't say I'm a favorite band kind of person. I'm more a favorite song kind of person. And I get into
the Bad Seeds.
I get song kicks. Like I love Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds, but I can't listen to him.
I can listen to one album forever.
So it's more a song.
Yeah.
So I latch on to certain songs and then I wear it out. And then I move on to the next song.
We do play Disney Dreamlight Valley, but I haven't touched it in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, same. Tramp stamp, Marie Duran. 51, 55.
Yeah, I mean, man, there's so much music in our list. It's hard to remember everybody, and I'm really bad at keeping up on newer stuff. But I don't know if there's a band that I've come to love that's more recent, but more artists. like Doja Cat and stuff like that, you know. Oh no, there is my favorite band that's the most recent is Blackpink. I listen to them a lot. Once or twice a month, depends on how long we're on the road. Hola, amigo, te amo. Oingo Boingo, yes, we just got to do the concert of him.
And we filmed a lot of it.
Yeah, it was. But it wasn't for Oingo Boingo. He did a couple songs, but it was his life work for Danny Elfman, and it was the best thing we've ever done.
What do you think would be better video, Willow Creek, Jerome, or Tombstone? Oh man, I'm gonna say Tombstone.
That's a really good question.
We haven't stopped at Tombstone, but we actually drove outside the city limits in passing. I'd say Tombstone. I'm a big fan of the Tombstone stories.
Oh, I love In This Moment. I really love her early stuff. I haven't heard what she's come out with recently. I don't know Alter Bridge. I really love her stuff when she first came out.
We're not going to be seeing Sisters of Mercy.
I wish.
I think when they were in LA and Hollywood last time, just recently, we were out of town, so we couldn't make it happen.
I have not heard that rumor, John. Thank you. That would be wild. That would be so packed. Good night, Kylie. Pucifer, yeah, love Pucifer, love Tool. Got to see Pucifer in concert one time. That was amazing.
Erica Akery? No, the movie's still playing. I mean, we're about 50.
Cram's great, yes.
Shoot.
We love the Cram.
54 minutes and 15 seconds in. The link is in the description below as well as pinned to the top of the chat.
Thank you, dear.
So 80s post-punk and goth forever. I was always a big fan of like death rock.
I'm a big goth rock. I love goth
rock. Death rock.
I hate The Cure. Sorry. That's like the only gothish band that I just cannot stand.
Yeah.
But I like, okay, so I love a lot of everything. I love industrial. I love gothic rock. I love oldies. I love rockabilly. I love metal.
It's all right, Michelle.
The only thing I don't like is
Christian
most
death, yes.
punk rock and ska. But I can probably find at least one song from every artist that I would love. So,
I was actually sad because one of my favorite bands, The Damned, was just playing in Anaheim, just outside of LA, down towards Disneyland, and we're up in Seattle. And I was like, no.
I was 2 when Ghostbusters came out.
Oh, that baby.
Never really been a big Pearl Jam fan.
I don't really remember Real Big Fish very much, but I kind of remember like the horns, and that song was okay, but it'll irritate me real quick.
Where to next, Michael? I've missed this up all night. So we are going to be in town. So we have 2 videos. We have a video that we're going to be filming in the heart of Seattle tomorrow.
Love Skinny Puppy.
And then we have a video that we're going to be filming in the heart of Tacoma proper tomorrow. And then we beeline it straight to Los Angeles for Monsterpalooza.
Radio Guns Machine, yes. Grew up on them, yep.
We'll probably be home for a couple weeks. I don't know what's happening with Days of the Dead Indianapolis. I really don't. They were supposed to announce us. Nothing has been announced just yet. It's getting down to the wire. And
we have intentions of going, but we might not.
I know conventions.
Welcome, Cody.
Welcome, Cody.
To the Ghost Club.
Welcome to the afterlife. I know a lot of conventions, sometimes they can wait till the last minute.
Yes, I love the art of
But
noise.
we want to be there. We have a lot of friends. We're planning on being there, but they haven't confirmed anything with us, really, so to speak. So we shall see. We might drive out there and not even go. We shall see. The Ghost Club rocks. David Bird. Are you a fan of the movie Repo the Genetic Opera? Yes. And Darren, the guy who directed it, who made the movie, is a phenomenal guy.
Little glass vial.
Little glass vial.
Get you ready for surgery. Surgery.
I wanted to see Depeche Mode, but we couldn't make it.
Christian, are you you ever going to do a video on the Queen Mary haunted in Long Beach? Thank you. As of right now, no. For two reasons. One, our schedule is pretty booked. I don't know. As of right now, we're not planning on going down to the Queen Mary.
No, we won't be there.
But also,
Thank you, Cody.
you're not going to see us going to the Queen Mary and doing any ghost hunting. We do not do any kind of ghost hunting.
Really love
we might talk about it, but as of right now, us going to the Queen Mary is not on our books, at least for this year. At least for this year. But good question. Tramp stamp. We're looking.
Thank you, Cody.
58 minutes and 10 seconds.
When it comes down to it, honestly, you guys keep asking us if we would ever cover something. And chances are, yes, we would cover just about everything, but it's a matter of opportunity and what our schedule looks like. So if you have a question of whether or not you think we would cover something specific, generally the question would probably be yes, but given the time to do it and whether we're going to do it on this trip is unlikely.
And a lot of times,
thank you, Marie.
Thank you. And also a lot of times we'll get people saying, oh, this was really awesome. You should really go and do this video. And at some point we will go and revisit some places. But if you ever find yourself wondering, has Grim Life Collective gone and done a video on the Goonies or on Eileen Wuornos?
We'll never let people know where specifically we're going to be, Dan. You know that. Type
it in to the search bar into YouTube, and you might be surprised. I mean, we have a lot of videos in our catalog that some of them might be pretty old, and we should go back and revisit them, but a lot of them we've already been to. Just saying.
I hope they do renovations. They got scammed out of a lot of money for reservations, and they desperately need it. The Queen Mary. So supposedly they lost like $5 million to a company that said they were going to renovate the Queen Mary, and it ended up not being a real company or something, and they got scammed out of all their money. And I don't know if that's true.
Thank you, Kent.
But that's what I heard of. The reason was why they hadn't done it yet, because they were supposed to reopen or something. And I don't know if that's true, but.
So Roxanne, you said something that really resonates with me. Roxanne says, I rewatch a lot of your videos. And I'm gonna touch a little bit on that. Thank you for saying that. It is important for us. One of the reasons why we do not do daily videos or daily vlogs. A lot of times people who do daily vlogs,
thank you, Sadie.
They're amazing people. They do amazing content, amazing storytellers. But people, most of the time, whenever somebody's out there doing daily vlogs, you as a viewer might not remember what they did a month ago.
Again, guys, we're not going to do any meet and greets outside of cons right now.
They're kind of, you watch them, you remember them in the moment, and then you forget about them. The next day, you're on to something else. A month from now, you're on to something else. You're constantly on to something else. We are more concerned with, let's create, it might not be the best, but let's create something that whoever watches it wants to go back and rewatch it again. They want to relive it. You know, our filming location videos aren't meant to replace movies. They're meant to be companion pieces to movies. So whenever somebody like you or other people say, I've watched the Lost Boys movie or the Stand By Me video that you guys did like 15 times, that means the world to us. That means we are doing exactly what we want to do. So thank you for saying that.
And we do put a lot of time into the work that we do, and a lot of money. Like everything we make goes right back into being able to be on the road, because you know we get asked a lot, how do we do this, how can we afford to do this? I mean, damn near every cent that we make goes right back into making the channel and keeping us on the road, because it does cost a lot of money to do what we do, and we love you guys for going on those journeys with us, you know.
Thank you, Mocaine.
Oh, thank Ems.
A little Grim Life marathon today. Hiker Biker Klutz. We decided a lazy Grim day was in order. Thank you. I'm glad that we were able to be there for your lazy grim day.
We had one too. Cody asked, any thoughts on the new Evil Dead Rise? We have seen it.
Yes, we saw
loved
it. Like I think like within a day or two of it coming out, and we absolutely loved it. We actually talked about it on our last Grim Up All Night. I think we did, and yeah, it was phenomenal. I know some people are like, oh, it's not good and this and that. Just be thankful that we have another Evil Dead movie. We have another Evil Dead installment. We loved it. We thought it was awesome. We thought parts of it were a little forced, but
it was scary.
It was good. It was good.
Have you guys seen these pictures that are starting to circulate that are being shared a lot? Thank you, Michael.
Michael, thank you.
That is from the Evil Dead Rise. It's a cosplayer that did Mother as the spider with all the body parts, and she's walking around a convention. If you haven't, it's okay. It was at Spooky Empire recently, and her photos are getting shared a lot because she looks like a dead ringer for the actress. And that is actually a really good friend of ours, and I'm so proud of her. Her name is Joey, and she is the creative force and owner behind
thank you, Justin. Thank
Creature
you.
Cosmetics.
Primus is awesome
makeup.
anyhow.
She makes a horror-themed makeup palettes and accessories, and they're all officially licensed. And she actually has Evil Dead palettes that she's done. So if you're interested in things like that, you should go check her out. Creature Cosmetics. She is such a doll. I love her to pieces.
Erica, good night. Mark, would you ever consider doing Cameo? We do Cameo. We are on Cameo. My wife loves you guys and would love to surprise her with a personal video. We do have a Cameo. The link is in the description of this video.
Stuff, Roxanne, yeah.
We do videos for birthdays, weddings, funerals. Want to give your kid up for adoption? Contact us. We'll break the news. You want us to yell and wake up your grandma one night while she's sleeping at like 1 o'clock in the morning, but you want it to be our voice because she loves her voice and my voice? We'll do it. We'll wake up grandma for you. You never know. And we also do pep
Please
talks.
Don't make me wake up your grandmother. That would hurt my soul.
We do pep talks. We do depressed talks. We do sports talks, which is basically us saying we don't like sports and why are you playing it? But yeah, we do Cameo.
I played a lot of sports growing up. I can't follow a game like on TV and
if
stuff.
If sleeping in was a sport, you'd win.
That's not fair. He picks on me for sleeping in because he gets up at 5 a.m. every morning, but he's also out by 9 p.m.
Yeah, I used to get up at 6. I moved it to 5 so I can get more stuff done.
I've always been an insomniac. So even on the nights when I try so hard to sleep, I am still awake at 3 a.m. And trust me, it hurts. I don't like it, but I've always been an insomniac. I've always been a night owl. So me getting up at like 8 o'clock is still barely 5 hours of sleep, which is rough. So it's not me sleeping in if I sleep until 10. I'm just getting 8 hours.
She's good. But she has been waking up only because she's been waking up earlier because it's been getting lighter.
I'm a light sleeper and he moves around and he's got giant feet.
I got new headphones. So
he also has really big feet and it's a linoleum floor, so he sounds like a duck.
Yeah. No wonder you're at Starbucks. So I used to get up at like 6 o'clock in the morning, but then I thought I can get more work done if I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. So here's my goal. You ready for it? You ready for this? You ready for this is things that Michael doesn't tell anybody. My theory.
Sometimes me neither.
Exactly. You're part of everybody. My theory is this. If I can spend 5 hours a day editing.
Absolutely, Leon.
Before you wake up.
Uh-huh.
And get the videos out.
No,
so whenever you're awake, then our entire time together is spent together. I'm not have headphones on and I can just.
No,
so
I know.
I try really hard to do all my editing before she wakes up.
When I'm waking up because then it's annoy me time.
Yeah.
If my eyes are open, it's his favorite time because he gets to annoy me. He loves being this far from my face.
I do not. What are you talking about?
At all times.
What are you talking about?
We're hip. We're together at the hip. There's no splitting us up. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm weird. I try to be considerate,
It's
but
all
I end up
good.
not
It's all
being
good.
considerate. But then sometimes I'm asleep by like 6 o'clock.
Thank you so much, Melvin.
Or 9.
Thank you, sweetheart.
Thank you, Melvin.
Do you want to talk about the blooper and scream?
So yeah, okay. Well, yeah. All we'll say is
Oh
like
no, we were just driving, Laurent. Sorry about that, honey.
At the very beginning of the video, we left bloopers in throughout that entire video. And if you and I don't know if you caught it, you probably did. But at the very beginning, the very first blooper you got was Jessica talking about how cold it was outside, and then she was talking to Dane.
Hyped.
She was talking to Dane that saying that we never have time for bloopers. So throughout the video, I thought it'd be really cool to just kind of have some behind the scenes stuff, and then throw in a blooper at the end, which just kind of added to it. So everything was just intentionally
Run, you
there.
fuckers!
Especially since the video was over, and then I was like, what perfect time, what perfect timing
God, he was so
to
cute.
put that at the very end. So I'm glad you guys liked it.
Dun, 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 dun.
Something we've never done before.
Dun, 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 dun. Something strange in the neighborhood.
Who are you gonna call?
Ghostbusters. Banner, banner, banner. I ain't afraid no ghosts. Banner, banner, banner. Dee-doo, dee-doo, dee-doo.
I like to sing the instrumental parts too.
Who doesn't?
Ghostbusters is one of those songs that you hear the first 3 chords, you know exactly what it is. Exactly what it is. You guys are so sweet. I love that everyone takes something a little different out of watching our videos and essentially going on adventures with us together. And it's just a beautiful community that we've all created here with each other. We do not do prank wars.
No, we don't.
We don't. That it would be we don't have time for pranks. Oh my god. No, we're just always like we have a lot of expensive equipment
And not for the craft yet.
laying around
It's
all
coming.
the time.
The craft
that,
is
like,
coming.
If we did something stupid and something got broke, like that would be a harsh price to pay. Cool. Do we have a favorite cemetery?
We
like a
do.
favorite local cemetery or
Favorite
like in general?
local cemetery would have to be
Forever.
Hollywood Forever.
Yeah.
But I think collectively our favorite cemetery in the United States that we have been to would have to be Sleepy Hollow Cemetery.
Yes. I was also going to say that I actually really love the cemeteries in New Orleans.
New Orleans.
The St. Louis cemeteries.
Good night,
But we
Stephanie
have
Hall.
not gotten to walk through them. They've been chained off every time we've gone to visit. So we're really looking forward to getting to explore inside of them. And then there's the ones in Savannah. I always blank on the name.
Savannah.
What's the name?
Bonaventure.
Bonaventure is also very beautiful. We had
I got this weird encyclopedia memory of the strangest stuff.
it's a beautiful cemetery, but the staff who runs that one are kind of well, I don't know if they work there anymore. This was years ago, but we had a sour experience that still angers me to this day sometimes. But
It was
I'm not gonna be working
Halloween.
there anymore.
It,
Don't. I'll get worked up. Don't.
it was Halloween.
No. I swear to God, I will. I get worked up, and then my blood pressure is going to get high, and then you're not going to be able to calm me down. Just somebody was rude,
Yeah.
and I let them have it. I let them freaking have it, and I think that's the first time you've ever heard me like go off on somebody.
Yeah.
Was it scary?
No.
I got a loud voice, guys. It sounds like I'm yelling, but I'm not. That's just I can project really loud. And because I'm half deaf, I have 50% hearing loss in each one of my ears. That like I'm always controlling my voice because I know that I tend to talk loud due to my hearing loss. So when I let that go, I am extremely loud.
She did go full Karen.
I didn't go Karen, but I put them in their fucking place. Pardon my language. I put them in their place because what they did was extremely wrong.
Jam Luke 23 says, which video has been the hardest to edit? I got editing down pretty packed. But I will say this. When it comes to editing stuff, I get very obsessive over the smallest sounds. I need to have
grim business.
Whenever I'm doing the editing, the editing always starts while I am filming. Countless times, like we'll be doing stuff, and I'm like, we got to wait for a certain sound. The cars need to go away because we need to start this clip at this kind of sound. Because in my head, I already know how I'm going to edit everything. So I'm editing while I'm filming.
The movie's still playing. They're in the jail still, and they're looking at the blueprints.
And so by the time I sit down to edit, I already know how it's going to go. And it's just tweaking on certain things. I will say that the hardest video to film, however, was the Stand By Me video. That video was excruciatingly painful to film. It was amazing to visit. And we've said this in the past, and people have
it was a lot of little locations.
We have said this in the past, and other people have said this a lot in the past, that they are amazed at how in all of our videos, it's almost like we are the only people in the world.
It's tedious.
That there's nobody else around whenever we're filming. How is this possible that we'll go to a place that's busy and there'll be nobody around except for us, and we get this shot with nobody in it? It's because sometimes
it's intentional.
We will wait an hour or two or come back in a couple hours just to get that shot when nobody's there. We do not do voiceovers. There are YouTube content creators out there who will film stuff and then they do a voiceover at home. We never do voiceovers. Everything that we shoot, everything that we say is unscripted, and it's right then and there. And if it's not right, let's do it again, because I know how it's going to go.
I think we've only ever done one voiceover, and that's because something happened to the audio and we didn't realize it until like the next day when we had already left. So we tried our hand at it. We sat outside for natural ambiance and tried to do the voiceover.
That's when we were in Florida.
Was it Florida?
It was in Florida,
okay.
Yeah.
I don't remember what the video was though. So if you ever notice, you let me know, because I don't remember anymore.
Kent Garrett says, did you ever work at any studio? No. I will say this though. We have not worked at any studio, but you ready for this? There is one time, I'm not going to tell you where, because it is so seamless. She is so good. There was one instance in our entire YouTube catalog where we did about 3 seconds, maybe 5 seconds of ADR. And that was on the Terrifier 2 video, where we were filming and she was on camera and the audio wasn't exactly how we wanted it. So we recorded the audio back in Hollywood on the other side of the country, 3 seconds, 5 seconds, and put it over top of what she was saying. And it's so seamless that you would never know. Yeah.
It's the professional term, I guess.
It's like voiceover where you'll watch a movie and somebody's talking like, hello, my name is, but then you remove that audio and you re-record the audio and you overlay it.
You guys ready to sing with me?
It's the only time we ever did that. Only time.
Ready? Stop on by the Clown Cafe. Stop on by the Clown Cafe. See, I messed it up the first time too.
That's what it was. So while we're singing it, she just said it. In this scene, she started singing "Stop on by the Clown Cafe." Stop on by the Clown Cafe. But it's drop on by. So when you watch that scene, that's the only time we ever changed it, where we cut the audio out and we put drop on by and put it in there. And the reason we did that, because we almost left it, is
start the petition. We want to be in it. Yes.
the creators of Terrifier 2 did a lot of ADR, and we talked about them doing ADR. So it was like, well, it makes sense for us to do it. So we did it. True. But she has an amazing voice. You're right.
Sometimes.
There's a lot of stuff that goes on behind everything.
Yeah. Ooh, the Grimm Cafe. If we had a cafe, what kind of food would we serve?
Cookies.
Cookies sounds nice.
Yeah.
But then no, we couldn't do cookies because you'd eat all the cookies.
No, I'm on a diet. I'm trying to get into shape for the 2023 cookie eating contest.
We've let Damien know that if he should ever require anything of us, we would be there in a heartbeat. We would love to make a cameo in Terrifier 3, whether we think that's going to happen or not. Probably not, but we would do it in a second. Absolutely, in a second.
But we do have
it's filled with meatballs. Ew.
There are a couple movies coming out that we have a bit of a cameo in that we can't talk about just yet. But once it happens, once it's released and confirmed, we will let you guys know.
A cameo?
In one way, shape, or another.
Oh.
Thank you, Jose Garcia from San Diego, Texas. Halloween bakery.
Apples and pumpkins. I'm down for that. I love my pumpkin spice. I really do. Really, really do. I love cinnamon. So as far as
good night, Lily Gardner.
It is not 100% hearing loss. I have 50% audio damage on one ear and 50% audio damage on the other ear.
Hello, Wickedy Split.
A lot of people have noticed that when I'm talking to them, especially in public or the conventions, I'm staring at your mouth. It's because I'm reading your lips. I can hear you, but I do have trouble. If you're walking away from me or not facing me directly, can't hear at all. I will not hear you. I have tinnitus really bad, so I can't hear high-pitched things, like a lot of alarms and things like that. I have a range, but I definitely need subtitles on shows and stuff, and not always, but I do have damaged audio nerves in my ears.
Trubbish or Trubish H, are you guys going to visit Salem again soon? Not this year. We were going to try to make it up to Salem in June, but that got scrapped. Sorry.
My tablet is dying a lot faster than usual.
I need Grim Life to be on the last drive-in with Joe Bob Briggs.
Oh God,
Lindsay, we are big Joe Bob Briggs fans. I remember watching Joe Bob Briggs back whenever it was Monster Vision on TNT.
Oh, that's so
back whenever it was on a Wednesday night, and or maybe it was USA. Joe Bob Briggs on USA was on Wednesday night, and I think TNT is whenever he moved to Saturday nights. I can't remember; it's been so long. But I remember whenever I found out that Joe Bob Briggs was doing the Silver Bolo Awards, and I really wanted to win one, and we never got it. But our friend Casey, the homicidal homemaker, she actually won.
Oh yeah, she's sweet. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I probably in the future am very much going to need hearing aids.
But
sometimes it takes me a few seconds to register. Also, like I'll hear it, but it'll take me like a hot 20 seconds, and I'll be like, "Oh, I got it now. Thanks."
So Waverly Hills Sanatorium in Louisville, Kentucky, old tuberculosis. Yes.
Oh,
Clinton M. I was there years and years and years and years and years ago.
Ew.
And supposedly they do a paranormal convention at Waverly Hills. And they actually reached out to us asking if we could make it this year for Halloween, I think it was, but we're going to be overseas. And I don't think I ever got back to them telling them we would love to, but we can't this year, maybe next year. So thank you. I'm going to have to email them back and courtesy. I tried really hard to answer everybody, so thank you for reminding me.
Everybody's about to get slimed.
Have you seen the new Scream movie? Never heard of Scream. Is it an ice cream movie?
I scream, you scream, we all scream for nougat.
Scream? Have you heard of it? Scream.
Oh?
Scream. It's the one with goat face. goat face, and instead of he runs around and like killing people with like with bags of milk from his udders.
Sparkling
Goat
water
face.
is okay, but it doesn't help as much as I thought it would in my trying to
Yes,
kick
we
my,
did see we did see the
my
new Scream movie.
caffeine and sugar addiction from soda.
We're big Scream fans. I think at this point it'd be safe to say that we're big Jenna Ortega fans. Pretty much everything she's been in, we're like we're
everything
hooked.
she does, she knocks out of the park.
Yeah.
I love her very much.
Tramp stamp.
They are just going into. Is that a hotel? It might be a hotel. We're at
Whoa.
1:22.
We got an
We're
advertisement.
at 1 hour and 22 minutes, but we just started a commercial. Someone had asked.
I don't know why people hate on Jenna. Well, because she smokes.
Well, who
I don't
cares?
care.
I used to smoke.
I don't care.
I think sometimes when an actor becomes really popular all of a sudden, and that actor wasn't already in your wheelhouse as far as like something you like them, I think people just automatically don't like that person. But people go through weird emotional experiences.
Are you a god?
Yes. Why, yes. Thank you. So nice to meet you too.
People in like Northeast, like New York, really love sparkling water.
No, I don't do coffee. I'm never going to go to a coffee shop.
So you go to like any place in New York, they have like mountains.
No, I did not, babe.
Mountains of sparkling water packs that you could buy in grocery stores and in gas stations. It got to the point we were eating at a restaurant in Sleepy Hollow, and we sat down and we asked the server, we're like, what is it with sparkling water in like New York? She said, oh, everybody loves it here. Everybody drinks it. So we tried. We really tried. We were very burpy.
For which one?
Sparkling water in New York.
Yeah, it was too many bubbles, tiny bubbles. It was a lot. Yeah.
It's an East Coast thing.
Why is the water so salty?
Liquid Death is pretty good too.
Yeah.
Our friends, the Caldies, they're Liquid Death drinkers.
No, we won't be around that area in July, I don't think.
No.
Sorry, Jules.
July 12th is my birthday, and we have something special planned. I drink from the hose. I drink from the faucet.
Neo, I think it says Neo XI. It's a really long answer that we couldn't possibly answer over this kind of a situation.
What advice do you have?
For starting their own YouTube with editing and filming, that's a very long question, if I'm being honest. But I mean, just try to do what you love, learn things as you go, and have fun with it. That's the best thing.
Big thing, learn as you go.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I'm going to say this. There's so much camera equipment out there. There's so much editing equipment out there. There's so many people that are going to be better than you at everything. And then you're going to be also better than everybody else at certain things or other people. But you have one thing that they don't, and that's a story, your story. Tell your story with whatever camera you have. With whatever it is, just be sure to tell your story, and then you're going to learn along the way. But the most important thing is tell your damn story.
And try to be original. A lot of people like to copy off of other people and their formats and what they do or how they do something, and it's painfully obvious when a lot of people do that. So just try to find your own way of doing something, and don't try to be like the other people that you see. I know it's really tempting to want to do the format somebody else does because you admire the way that they do their film, but try not to, because people notice and they'll call you out on it.
And you'll learn so much as you go. The only way you're going to learn is just diving right into it. You're going to learn what works. The hardest part about YouTube, the hardest part is finding your voice. You can mimic other people. And like Jessica said, people will call you out on it. People will know if you're not serious or if you're not genuine.
Or if you copy other artists.
The hardest part is finding your voice. And whenever you do, everything else is just going to fall into place.
Pretty much. Yeah, just do what comes naturally, and don't be afraid to get something wrong, because you're gonna get stuff wrong.
Yeah, I had to say it. I had to say it.
Ooh, for the Australians that are here in the chat, have
Wait,
any
there's a
of you
place called
guys-
Australia?
Yes. Have you guys ever seen Bad Boy Bubby? I saw that movie once in my teens, and it has fucked me up still.
For real life?
For real life?
I had to.
For real life?
For real life. Who here is going to check out
Bad Boy
Cocaine
Bubby.
Shark?
It's a name. I can't. That movie every once in a while will surface in my memory, and I'll be traumatized all over again. For real life, and I'm addicted to Bluey. And when they say for real life, it's not a horror movie. It's just it's weird.
Coronation says, are you
It's
guys going to be
weird.
doing a haunted attraction walkthrough again this haunt season?
I've seen
Loved the
kids,
series
yeah.
last year. No, but yes, but no. You might get a few of them at the very beginning of the haunt season, but we are going to be traveling through Europe, England, Scotland, France, and
Good night,
Germany.
Lady Raven.
We're going to be making a swing through Germany and filming the darker side of things. So you got
It's
some...
a disturbing film. It really, really is. Yes, it's fucking weird. It will make you uncomfortable. Yeah. There's some man, I don't even want to describe it, because I feel like I have to put a trigger warning out there if I do. You know what? Forget I even mentioned it. Don't go looking it up. It's not worth it. Okay.
Everybody keeps talking about Cocaine Bear.
For real
Do yourself a
life.
favor after this, or on a separate device, pull up the trailer for Cocaine Shark.
Okay,
It'll
but
blow your mind.
so I watch Bluey like a lot. Do people in Australia, or at least the kids, say things like "for real life" when they mean to say things like, for real, or like no way, or for real life? I can't stop saying it because the little girl says it, and that's her voice, and I can't help myself.
Jeffrey Jackson. Michael, did you go to film school because you're very good at editing? Well, thank you, Jeffrey. Yes, I did. Actually, I went to Pittsburgh Filmmakers a long time ago. And I'm not going to say that taught me everything I needed to know about editing. Again, it's learning as you go.
Sorry.
You get everything in front of you and you say, okay, I want to do this. How do I make it happen? Then you make it happen. You make it happen. You learn how to make it happen. But the thing that I feel like I always took.
Wow, you actually own it, man.
The thing that I always took from film school is two things. One is the rule of thirds, which is basically just learning how to compose a shot. I'm very big on, of course, I can put the camera on my face or have the camera on Jessica's face, and either one of us can tell you the story.
Mm-hmm.
But the real power is to point the camera at absolutely nothing, or just your subject, whatever you're talking about, and just having the visual be the one to tell you the story. To me, that's important. Having the location tell the story. More of that, less us.
That breaks my heart, Michael, because that show is so cute.
And then the other thing that I find very important that I try to instill in all of our videos is giving the viewer something to look at that changes all the time. You'll see a lot of YouTube channels where the entire video is one shot of somebody walking down the street, one block after the next, just telling the story.
I was in Target and they actually had a Bluey that you can squeeze.
We have like two different conversations going on.
Yeah.
I'm trying to explain something.
And when you squeeze them, he says, "For real life."
Yes, I did. I did
Thank
graduate.
You,
yeah. I can get into a whole kinds of different things of like why we do certain things, why we film a certain way, or why we edit a certain way. To me, it's very important. That's it.
I thought that said Neo, but looks different than the font. I can't read it very well.
I don't know about that, Lindsay.
He's very good at what he does. He's
But
very
thank you.
meticulous. Thank you, Lindsay, because all the editing is done by him. Yes, Michael is 6'2" and I'm 5'3". That's why I'm always walking behind him. Thank you, Michelle, my puppies.
Michelle, thank you, darling.
I have to, in order for me to be in frame, I have to walk behind him a little bit so that you can actually see me. Because if I try to walk close to him, you can't. My head comes up to like his shoulder. Yeah, I'm tired, but it's been fun though. Can we get to Ghostbusters? What do you mean?
I guess maybe like the. But I don't know what you mean, Aaron.
I have a menacing walk. Awesome. Nice.
"6'6", you're a giant. I'm a giant kite. Buenos noches. Buenos noches.
Oh, we've been playing it. The movie's almost over. It's like in the last 10 minutes.
Right? Yeah, it's at 1 hour 32 minutes and 40 seconds.
I'm not that small. Small.
Oh, Laura, we tried figuring out how many states. I think if we sat down
Most of them.
with a map and were able to check off, then we'd be able to at least. I'll figure it out and put it on social media. I'm sure we're gonna figure it out once we sit down. But off the top of my head, I there's like maybe 5 or 6 that we haven't filmed in.
Yeah, we have. I mean, we haven't been to most of the northern states. Like, I don't think that we've yet to be in West Dakota
Talk about
or
my
North
hands.
Dakota. Whatever.
Christine, have a good night. We have been to Iowa.
Yes. A lot of the northern states we haven't been through. Like the states that border Canada, most of them we haven't been through yet.
Smoking.
Michael is definitely cuter than Jim Carrey, but the mannerisms are so uncanny.
Thank you.
Good morning, Scandinavia. Daylight come and me want go home.
Good night, Cindy. Paul Tab, our plans for Halloween this year are going to be over in Europe. We already have tickets. We are going to be spending a couple days over Halloween at Disneyland Paris. So if you are in Paris
I don't really know.
and in France or planning on going to Disneyland Paris for Halloween, on Halloween, the days surrounding Halloween, you will find us there.
Not really familiar with the hotels around in Los Angeles because we don't normally have to use them.
Good night, Lindsay. Good night, OG Mad.
Everyone just got Stay Puffed.
Oh, we're stupidly excited. we're both big Disney fans.
It's from Beetlejuice.
And we go to the parks a lot, and we make it a point not to film in the parks. There's a lot of YouTube people in the parks constantly creating stuff, and we don't like the rat race of the theme park filming community. A lot of people put out great content. They do. It's just we don't like the. All right, it's a special event. We got to be the first person to get it out. We got to get it out before 30 other people put out the same video. I hate that. We take our time. We will film in the parks, but mostly whenever it's a special event or something Halloween. Thank you, Melvin.
Yeah, we hate the rat race.
The rat race.
Oh God, I do not remember the cat getting wrapped in Glad wrap.
And much respect to them for people in the rat race, but we did film in the theme parks for a while. There, if you go back far enough, you'll see a bunch of theme park videos all at once, like in the same like span of time. But it was a conscious decision to not film in the theme parks anymore. And you'll find us in the theme parks a lot.
Thank you, George.
A lot. But we just don't film. It's more our time.
The scene that I remember most from that movie, that always stuck with me because it was like one of the comedic parts of it, is when he's like, "Those aren't tits.
Philippines.
Those are tits." And she's like, "What are
Well,
you
welcome.
talking about? I'm a puppet 36C."
You will, Jimmy
Those tits are too small.
V. Give me theme parks. Come on, man. You'll get theme parks when the time is right, when it's spooky. Spooky season. You'll see Grim Life
Yeah, we
stuff.
don't really do theme park videos unless it's spooky season.
Rat Race is a great movie. And I don't know if you caught us talking about what we have planned, some of the stuff we have planned for our Europe trip. But
We always stay in Hilton hotels. 'Cause
we
we
are
have the rewards program.
what we are going to be filming in Europe for Halloween is things that you don't really see. And some of it's some pretty dark history that we've been uncovering. This trip has been a long time coming. So this is like the grimmest of the grim when it comes to Europe. Digging deep.
Look at all that shaving cream. I know it's supposed to be gelatin, gooey, whatever, but it's totally shaving cream.
Which park does Halloween the best?
I mean, is that a question between Halloween Horror Nights and Disney, or certain locations, or just overall?
So we love Disneyland. We love the Disney parks, and we love Universal parks because of the amount of money and the amount of production that they put into their Halloween season. But at the same time, it's exactly what it feels like, a production. It's a production that feels like a production. You know what I mean? Like you could feel it. The first year that we went to Not Scary Farm, we were blown away. So that's one of our favorite places to go for Halloween theme parks.
So that was HHN Orlando, and what we got a refund on was the VIP or the RIP experience.
The RIP, yeah.
Because the year previous they had done a specific feature that they weren't doing that year, though we could have swore they had advertised it on the website at first and then taken it down, realizing that they don't do that anymore. We'd already bought our tickets and we weren't aware. So when we got there, we were like, like that's not what I paid for. So we had a refund on that experience. Oh man, if you're going to Halloween Horror Nights for the first time ever visiting a Universal park, you're in for the wildest night. You're going to be exhausted. But in our opinion, to get more for your money, do the RIP tour at Hollywood.
Yeah.
You'll get a full meal and everything, a full buffet meal that is catered to by a chef. It's a lot better than Orlando. Orlando is bigger as far as walking space and some other things, but they are very heavily driven on their booze.
Basically,
if you want to drink all night, go to Orlando.
It's a bar crawl in Universal Orlando.
Yeah, and you don't get nearly as much for what the money you spend, and it's cheaper in Hollywood, and you get a lot more for the money that you spend.
Anything about HHN in Vegas yet? No, not since what was released during the media release. Nothing new. From our understanding, from people who work
Oh, thank you,
And,
Alexis, and hi, Brooklyn.
Thank you, Alexis and Brooklyn.
Mwah. Hi, guys.
From our understanding, for people who work in the haunt industry or in that area where they're planning on putting HHN, according to them, they don't even have a building built yet. They just made an announcement that that's what they're going to be putting there. So they really haven't broken ground or anything.
Not
so
at all.
I think only time will tell.
Yeah.
I will say this. I find it interesting, and I'm more curious in this.
They might be just testing the water to see responses from people.
Right? Like, so, and if anybody here has ever worked a haunt season, if you have ever worked a haunt season,
Area 15, right?
it is amazing. It is so much fun. But by the end of the haunt season, especially if you're in it from the very beginning, by the end of the haunt season, 2 months, a month for some, you are so tired and you cannot wait for that season to end. You are exhausted. You are hurting. It's painful and you love it. But I can't imagine that they're going to have like live scare actors night after night, or you know what I mean, like all the time in this place. I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know how. I'm very curious as to how they're going to staff the haunt more than what the haunt is going to be like.
I feel like I think they did say they're probably going to be in the Area 15 building.
Or somewhere near there. Yeah.
If they're in the building and not next to the building, like if they don't build on their own portion to the building, way too small. It's going to be way too small. I mean, the attractions they have inside Area 15 right now are way too small and can't handle the amount of people that come through there. So we'll see. You know, I'm excited and interested to see what they do, but go on a weekday in the middle of the year, I don't know. You know what I mean? You start planning things like, no way I'm going on a weekend anywhere near a holiday in the middle of the year when it's not like spooky season, because I won't be able to handle the crowds. I don't want to stand in line for 3 hours to go through a 15-minute experience that you're probably going to pay like $80 a person for.
I think it'd be interesting, whatever they choose to do.
Yeah.
And we'll be there for it. We'll support it because we, above everything, not just our channel, but we really try to support as much as we possibly can anything that helps grow the horror industry. That's the key word, helps grow the horror industry.
We love you guys.
The haunt and horror.
Someone asked when we're coming to Australia, and we do not have a date scheduled to come to Australia yet. But I promise you that it will be one of our next destinations.
Yes. With that being said, my yawn, I often do this to cover up my yawn.
And my tablet dead, so that's perfect timing.
It is that time for us to say goodnight.
Yeah.
To thank you for joining us. I know it was last minute. And
But
thank
you're
you.
my babies, and I love you, and I love that you came by.
Tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. is a Ted Bundy video that's coming. True crime Ted Bundy video here in Seattle that I don't think really anybody has done before. So
no one that we're aware of anyway.
And
never say never, right?
I looked. We talk about some things that is gonna make you scratch your head and go, well, I'll be damned.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. The entire time that I was editing this video, how many times I go over to you and I'd be like, how crazy is this? Where the beginning, if they pay attention and they read into the beginning, the end will make them go, And then if they pay attention to the end and they think about halfway through it, it's going to blow your mind. At least to me, I thought it was kind of cool. We love you guys. Toodaloo, Scooby-Doo.
Toodaloo, the Scooby-Doo.
Pleasant dreams and shrubberies, and we'll see you on the other side.
Bye.